towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh.
Ja, det. They call me the governor, and welcome to our weekly live stream about the ones who live. Now, you may notice there's a few people here. Alex, if you read in the chat, is running late. And I don't know where Busy is, because he's probably busy. And Tomaj might be working, and who knows where Jack is. But, we have the good folks here. So, fuck them all. So, introductions will go quicker because we have less people. And so, Karina, say hi to everybody.
Hey everybody, this is Karina 2D Taurus on Twitter. I'm really excited to talk about this episode. Our babies are really going through it. They really are, but they'll be fine in the end.
Yeah, I'm loving it. They're not my favorite people. What do you expect? Joy, what I'm experiencing watching this show, and this person right here. Joy, say hi.
I'm Joy from Brooklyn. Joyful First on Twitter and noirnerdy.com blogger. I'm excited to talk about this episode. You already know the whole series. Been living for it for, years, and it's finally here. We're halfway through.
Indeed, we are. Michond, the little smile.
As I've said, I don't understand how television could get any better than this for me. I don't really need anything else from television for the rest of my life, to be honest. You took my favorite type of things, a love story, my favorite show, Walking Dead, and you put it together. So I don't really need anything else. And there's so much more good shit that's actually coming out this year to look forward to. I ain't got no complaints. This third episode was a 10 out of 10, just like the first two. And they continue to answer questions that we've had for years as if it's nothing. The entire universe has just never done this. And then when you just get denied, look at the things that happen. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, learned some stuff about Jadis, which we'll talk about in a bit. And of course, I am the governor. I just actually shot my reaction right before this live stream. So it's very fresh in my mind, but it was very difficult to see the screen with the lights in my eye. And, only having one can be a difficulty. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about this episode. Maybe you guys can fill me in on stuff. I think I've pretty much caught everything, but, I am handicapped, so, I should get the better parking spaces, right? Right? You guys agree?
Is it bad that I be parking in handicapped parking spots at Whole Foods?
Oh, no.
I only do it when there's several available. I will never take the last one. I don't think it's bad, because what are the odds that 10 people who need these handicapped spots is finna come in here to 10 minutes? I'm going in Whole Foods. Like, come on now.
Well, if you get a ticket, then you just gotta pay the piper. I pulled into a handicapped spot and didn't even get out of the car. Someone was running in, and I was just there, and a cop came up to me and gave me a ticket. I'm like, really? I'm not even out of the car. I'm not actually parking in this spot.
Thank you.
Idling in this spot. So, yeah, it was a pain in the ass. But that's not what we're here to talk about. People in the chat are like, what the fuck? Let's not talk about that. And Cleo says it's bad and illegal. So.
Sue me. And I'm going to do it again.
I'm sure you will. No stopping Michonne.
I'm just going to get a kombucha. Like 2 seconds.
So, who wants to talk about the beginning of this episode?
Me.
Go for it.
I got a lot to say. So first of all, they start off with, it was so nice to be able to see, I was about to say Andy. It was so nice to be able to see Rick's first time seeing Jadis since he'd been there. He just walking. He already don't want to be there. He heard her voice and he looked. Hey, Rick, like, girl, we know you planned that all out with your stiff wig sitting on top of your head. She had that bitch down here. Like, first of all, be for real. So the wig was a good laugh. And we found out that it was either that part or a different time when they were talking throughout the episode that she really is not originally a CRM person.
It was that part. She was basically telling him.
All these fucking years, all of these fucking years, I've been like, where did this bitch come from? How does she know about the CRM? Literally in that less than 2 minute conversation. So her garbage people was her real people, and that's why she was so hurt when they died. And that minutes, less than 2 minute conversation. Like, why do the rest of the universe make it look like it's so hard, bitch? It's not. In less than that 2 minute conversation, we found out that one of the CRM people had got in contact with them and they would trade for supplies. And obviously we know she used Rick to get in good. And I'm like, there's no big grand backstory. Did she know somebody and she related to this? Like, no, she literally just came in contact with them and was trading with them.
Okay, but here's the deal. She
They
can
could've answered that so
contact
long
with them,
ago.
but we know on Fear, if you run across one of them, they will kill you. So what would make them approach her of all people when in the other shows, if you run across one, they will kill you?
It might be
I
something
did not
about
get.
it might be
No,
something
but
about the
remember
specific person she came in contact with. She
Yeah.
was kidnapping people for them. Because remember, she damn near sent Gabriel over there.
Yeah.
So
And she got Heath too.
Rick was not
No,
her first time. Yeah.
They don't always.
Heath is likely
Yes.
somewhere in the CRM, and I really wish we'd see him. It also
Me
might
too.
be that they had something that they needed, something in their junk piles that they needed
No,
as
but I
a
was
resource.
they said that she says it. She said that some people they make a deal, they're willing to make a deal with, like they did with her and Indira's group, and then other people they just
I
automatically.
forgot about Indira. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot
So
about
they always do that. They kind of weigh out like who can help. Indira's group, I think, because she was so close, she could help deter people from getting close to them. They use her for that. But Jadis's people, you meet these people, they living in the garbage. You're like, oh, you literally can't.
Literal garbage people.
Like you're not to them, like they're not a threat at all. You're living in the garbage.
You're beneath them already, but especially living that way.
Yeah, there's no threat. There's no threat from them. So hey, we'll give you supplies. You give us people.
Okay. So Jadis had the luxury apartment in the middle of the garbage pile.
Indeed.
Did the other people have to sleep in the garbage? Like, did the other people have to sleep in the garbage and she got to sleep in a luxury apartment?
I feel like they might have been sharing rooms. I don't know, but her shit
I figured that
her
they
shit was
gave
an
them
apartment.
like those little space things. The little packing containers. What are those? The shipping containers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they gave them those, and that they were really actually living in those.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably and Tamil and what's the other one that she had? They probably were the ones who had their own. Everybody else was sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was just always assumed.
But when she said, we would give them people,
she was kidnapping
Heath.
them.
But I'm also thinking, and they'd also deliver them threats, and I'm like, well, was your plan to eventually send them Negan? Because that would have been cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy they didn't know.
Really?
Negan already get too much story.
Yeah, we didn't need him in this.
But Negan would have been killed. He's not only an A, he's an A-hole. So he would have gotten killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just at the market. I just couldn't believe her audacity. Like, that you kidnapped this man, you sold him into this so you have a position, and you're just all jolly, like, hey Rick, like, oh my god, I waited here for like a month for you to finally show up because I knew you were gonna have orientation and you would be here. And like, oh, let me show you around the market. Where's the tasty food?
It had to nerve to waste that food. I was so mad when she wasted that food. I said,
she threw out the fries. I'm like, you're still in Apocalypse, aren't you? It's like
terrible.
But
is there something
like
you can
it was supposed to show how confident she was that they are the last light, the nonsense, that she's fully in on it. But
no, she believes that shit with her whole heart. She believes that shit.
And they have a 500-year plan.
I believe it.
That's
who's bigger and badder than the CRM, baby? I mean,
I'm still curious if Lance had connections with the CRM, because that would be
cool.
I mean, I couldn't see necessarily the CRM deciding to off the Commonwealth, because the Commonwealth also kind of hides where they are. So they
That
seem
is
to be
true.
using a lot of the same playbook. So they might be like, we found you, but you don't advertise your location. We might find you useful within our
Remember-
500-year plan.
Remember them people when we first got to the Commonwealth? Because I remember saying this in my reaction video. I was like, them people been here for how many months and we got our shit together in 3 days. Like the Commonwealth don't be wanting to let nobody in there. The CRM will just kill you or let you in. But the Commonwealth, they put you through it. Remember them people that was in that damn cage going crazy?
Yes, for months.
Mm-hmm. So that actually do make sense that they can't just like find the Commonwealth like that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. But I also think that the Commonwealth right now, they're really targeting larger communities that are either a threat to them or are not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, the CW is sustainable on their own. They're kind of like following the same the plan as them. And they probably just assume too that I think also what we saw in episode 2 with the whaling there, that they're kind of like anything that's below that or is kind of like, oh, they're never going to be able to get up to us to cause.
I love that name, by the way, too. When they say the
Right
whaling,
now.
I love that name.
Like they figure that anybody who's below that isn't really a threat to them for them to have to worry about at that moment. So that could be a possibility also.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but Jadis
wait.
with
And you know
are the
what's
other
crazy
two
to me?
cities?
It was
How-
Omaha and Portland. They blew up Portland. I mean Omaha, but they did with the walkers. It was planned, but they played it like they didn't do that. The thing that I don't understand is nobody can be better than them or even half as good as them, so they get rid of any threats. But my thing is people are just trying to thrive. Nobody in their mind is like, we're gonna get better than the CRM so that we can destroy them. Like nobody's fucking thinking about y'all
At all.
people. Like, so their mindset is already insane to me that everybody is a threat. Nobody's thinking about y'all. They don't even know where you are.
But they said in World Beyond that the reason that they were taking out Omaha and Portland is because they weren't self-sustainable. They were giving them supplies. They were draining on their resources.
Then let them die. They don't even know where y'all at.
Yeah, and so
they don't even
said
know where to
Why
go
don't they just
look.
cut off the supplies?
Exactly.
Well, they talked about that also. They said that if they cut off the supplies to them, that eventually anarchy would take over in those places, and then they would become a threat to them. So that was their reasoning.
But they still don't know where they are.
Where you are.
Exactly.
They don't know.
When they still don't know.
They don't know if you in Canada. They don't know if you in Mexico. They don't know if you in Nevada. They don't know if you in Maine. Okay, they just know y'all.
It's a good sized country. It'd be a little,
Yeah.
They just know y'all show up on helicopters. That's literally it.
Exactly.
Well, jump forward after the first meeting of Jadis and Rick after,
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and Jadis pissed me off because the fact that she thinks like her and Rick are a team, like she had this plan like in her head while she's waiting for this man. That I'm gonna join the CRM. I'm gonna go up the ranks. That's gonna help us.
And he's gonna be my man. Cause she really want him to be her man on the low. Like you really thought that
it ain't even low.
She had to nerve to throw that out there. I saved your life. Let's keep it a stack. You kidnapped him. Didn't tell none of his real family where he was.
Yeah.
You knew he wasn't gonna never be able to leave this place. Like you really are a selfish whore to get in good with the CRM, and then you want Rick to be your boyfriend. Girl, let it go. She took me out on the end. You should come look at my quarters. I said,
yeah. A book geek is thinking that if Rick gave her some, that maybe she would be more amenable to
baby, give it up,
covering his ass when he escaped.
No,
it's not. Yeah, I don't think that would be the case. I mean,
her logic is crazy.
She definitely still wants to bang the shit out of him.
She think he genuinely gonna just give up one day.
Yeah,
and that's never gonna happen. He's right now. He don't even believe in the shit y'all doing. He's just fucking pretending because he don't want you to go blow up Alexandria.
Yep,
that's literally it. He's not buying into this shit at all. He cut his fucking hand off, girl.
Exactly.
I'm like, I just don't get her logic. And was she just continually thinking that, like, coming on to this man is like going to have some is gonna end in the way that she wants. I'm like, it's not going there at all. Like, but okay.
I love Pollyanna as Jadis because I hate Jadis. Pollyanna is
Yeah.
so
She's playing the
good.
hell out of this role
She
because
is so good.
And she's
That
so
lady
nice
is
in real
good.
life.
That lady is good. And they share the same accent.
so yeah, now you want to go to this other woman.
First of all, I didn't know that was her real accent, so I'm gonna stop talking about it now. But I do not understand what you're saying. I did not know that was her real accent. I looked it up today. I wanted to see a video of her talking. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it. But I'm so tired of that lady. Whew, she playing that.
She was full on boo-hooing. Boo-hooing when she opened the door. I'm like, I think you got full on boo-hooing over these plates.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of an A she really is.
She's not an A.
She's not.
She is a scam because first of all, Rick took years before he would have even talked to Esteban. I know he wasn't talking to you because he been a consignee all this time. You act, and then he had the nerve to call. She had the nerve to call Rick her family, and Michonne is like, anyway.
Thumbs down.
Okay, and then first of all, this was the first episode where she didn't smash a liquor bottle against the wall. I was like, okay, we having a little bit of growth because she been getting on my last nerve, getting glass and liquor everywhere. That lady. Oh, we're gonna get into it. But yeah, she getting on my nerve. She don't know what she want to do. She up, she down, she left, she right.
Well,
she
without her help, though, Rick would not have been able to get Michonne approved, apparently. So
that's a fact, but she's still getting on my nerve.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just like full on boohoo. And I'm just like, she's still so clueless because Rick she's like, oh, like, Okafor, you're okay. And he's like, oh, touch it. There's a woman. She came in. I need you to help get her in.
That's all he cared about.
You realize that that's weird for Rick. This man who, even though you and him have been in the military together all this time, he doesn't talk to anybody. So I highly doubt he's told you anything about him.
No, she knows nothing.
She knows nothing.
But she knows there's somebody out there. I mean, you would think she'd figure it out.
She knows that somebody's out there, but obviously Rick never showed her the phones or anything because she would recognize.
The only thing she knows is Rick wants to escape to go home to whoever he want to go home to. Okafor never told her details.
Yeah,
but he just told her, "I know things." That's why she was like, "He knows about you, Grimes. You can't escape." I think that because she bought into it, she thinks that Rick bought into it. Like she genuinely believes that Rick bought into it. I think she thinks Rick bought into it.
Yeah. Because then Rick lies to her and he says like, "Oh, I had just told Okafor when we was on a helicopter."
Well, he didn't lie because he actually said that.
He did.
That
and
was.
He didn't say that.
If he didn't have those whole 2 years of being 100% in with them, it would have been crazy. If Michonne would have popped up right after he cut his hand off, that wouldn't have been no good time. He was fresh off another escape. But he had them 2 years. He signed up. He was in it. Nothing out of the ordinary. Them whole 2 years. They did the whole Cascade place where they gonna have a meeting. Like 2 solid years. It's been him and her. And now all of a sudden Rick is her family. So she believed him.
Yeah. But I'm like, that's the thing. This doesn't make any sense because you should not believe him because for 2 years, at least you've been in close proximity to this man and he's not told you anything about himself. When she literally came to his apartment and said, I saved your life. He was like, no, you didn't. He told Jadis, you didn't save my life. But now he's like, oh, this random woman I just met in the woods saved my life. And I want to do everything for her and save her.
Everything.
And if it wasn't for Okafor, that wouldn't, and that's another thing too. So Rick is not trying to escape anymore because Okafor is dead. Okafor is the only reason that Rick ain't been killed all this time. He been trying to escape. So now that Okafor is gone and he can't,
he doesn't have a way to maneuver.
Because Rick is his problem. That's why he's not trying to run away with Michonne right now. He like Okafor, and he used that against them. She found out about Okafor. It's the lady downstairs. She an A, and we need to do it for Okafor. And sir, that's not what you're doing it for. But I love that story. But yeah, that was great. I love that he used that Okafor moment in death.
To
get his woman in there.
Well, he's also not leaving because Jadis would totally destroy Alexandria.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah. I don't think she got that in her files in her room. Do you think? I don't think she got that in there.
I don't think so either because it
she
would still
wouldn't
lead
even
back
write
to
no
her.
shit. Exactly. She wouldn't even write no shit down like that. But we know Rick can't take the chance. But I think she lying to him on that part. Talking about I got it in my files, and if anything happened to me, they're gonna go within hours, everybody be dead. I don't think she got that wrote down in there because somebody could be going. We all know it's secrecy above all. They probably be going through her shit just how they be going through everybody else shit. Nobody is exempt. So imagine if they found that on a random Tuesday. Now you got to answer all these questions.
Exactly.
So I don't think she got shit wrote down.
Yeah.
You got a point. I mean, it would be foolish of her to tell Rick, no, it's only in my head. So if you kill me.
Yeah. Of course she has to use that over him, but it's still, I'm still wavering on whether she actually did anything. If anything, she probably, when she saw Dana do that double glass, well, she saw Michonne because she knows her as Michonne. She saw her do that double pane glass. She probably ran and wrote something up real quick right then. If she does actually have anything, but she didn't have anything before because she knew it would blow back on her.
Exactly. I don't think she got anything wrote down. I think she's just using that
just like in her head with this whole, our long-standing deal. You don't have a deal with Rick. You never had a deal with Rick. Like you never had a deal talking. Yeah. Like there's no deal with Rick. Rick knows that if he goes to them, he can't say anything.
He hates her.
Well, he's not contradicting her though when he says long-standing deal.
Yeah, if he says anything about him knowing her beforehand, that's going to lead back to his family. He can't say anything. His hands are tied.
It'll fuck both of them up.
Yeah,
because all her garbage people dead. But it would fuck both of them up because it'd be like it'll just fuck both of them up. But obviously Rick has more to lose. That's why she don't give that shit to lose. Busy's coming in.
Busy's coming.
Whoa.
Not your whole government. Change the name, sir.
Right.
But yeah, I think her ass lying.
There you go.
I'm so happy he finally said something about her haircut because y'all already know I was hollering.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was
people almost fell over
and looked at her like. That was so funny to me. I said, finally, somebody talking shit to this lady. Thank you, because you can't kill her right now. At least talk shit.
Especially he's been trying his best to just like throw her off, like miss, like nope, I'm not.
And mind you, she's always coming to him to talk. He's never looking for her. She just shows up at his house when he at work during the day. Like she just fucking shows up talking to him. Like he never looks for her. It's crazy.
Hey, Busy.
Busy's here. You're on mute still.
There
we go.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
How'd you feel about the opening?
Opening.
Of the episode? You did
episode 3, right? Just episode 3.
I did watch it, but I also watched episode 4, so I'm like misplacing.
Oh,
you know what? How did you feel when Rick and Jadis, when he saw her for the first time in the beginning of episode 3 after he was in the helicopter?
Okay. So I really enjoyed like her kind of like explaining the leverage that she has. It was like something I feel like we've heard in a bunch of other TV shows, like if you kill me, like I'm gonna have a kill switch or some shit like that. But at the same time, it's like you can't really risk it. But it was still really cool to see like just another reason why he can't go home, that poor bastard.
Yeah,
he really can't catch a break, man.
Yeah, towards the end of the episode when he's like, it's over, whatever was between us, it's gone. And like,
no,
we're gonna get to that.
Saying that.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to that because I got a whole speech about that. It's so funny.
It was interesting to see her again because I've never been a huge Jadis fan. I'm just a big like nostalgia fan, so anytime we get a character that we're familiar with pop up in another series or whatever, it's always something that I'm excited for. So seeing her, it wasn't even like, oh my god, that's the trash lady. It's just like, oh my god, like that's a familiar face. But
she adds a lot to the story. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just waiting for her to get killed. But
right.
Till then, we got some time. I mean, hopefully she realizes. I think there's just such a big picture here. You can't really just be like, maybe she'll switch her mind and realize that we got to be good. But
no, she got to die.
She got to figure out
somebody. She took somebody from his family without hesitation and told him he can't leave and he got to stay there with her. Come on now, that bitch got to go.
What would
I
be
mean,
interesting is if she
yeah.
dies and then nothing happens and Rick's like, I could have left anyway.
What I'm
You know,
nervous
dies
is that,
not by
like,
his hand.
Mhm.
But-
I'm nervous that we're gonna see some characters teaming up at the end, like whether it's Jadis and Thorn or whatever.
Thorn,
but
yeah.
I'm a
I
little
still
nervous
don't
on that.
trust Thorn.
I mean, I really like Thorn.
Oh,
But I
She's
mean,
she's very high strung. She's
Yeah,
up,
she-
she down. She too unstable for me.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, she's gonna try to look out for herself, and even though that's not like necessarily an A thing, I think she's gonna think that like big picture, whether it means Rick or Michonne dies, it's big picture, and since she knows more than what the audience knows.
And I was just about to say that
Yeah.
that echelon briefing that she got fucked her head
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
It did.
So
Because
there's
she-
clearly more that
yeah.
she knows that
Yeah.
we don't know.
She
Kept
was
rubbing it
already
in Rick's face.
she
But-
was already unstable. And when she came back from that echelon briefing, she was like, I know everything. And
Yeah.
she was already unstable and they done told her
Girl.
everything and now she really cutting up.
But does Rick know everything now? Because I thought
No.
like
No, he
No.
probably
No.
well,
next
at
episode.
the end of at the end of episode 3, didn't she say, "Oh, look, you're moving up"?
Yes,
and like
she did.
you think that she's gonna find out some stuff, but
Well, he didn't get the echelon briefing.
yeah,
yet.
but then they fell out. They got dragged. Well, he got dragged out of the fucking helicopter.
yeah.
yeah.
But
She is
But
is
did you
Rick's
notice?
superior.
You notice the seed that's been planted?
What seed? There's a lot of
RJ?
seeds.
The seed that's been planted about all the leadership coming to that conclave.
Yes,
Oh,
when they
yeah.
said that. No, when they said that in
and I'm
episode
like,
2.
yeah, they're gonna blow that shit up.
No, when Okafor said in episode 2 that you gonna go get the summit place, the whatever for the summit, so all the
Yeah.
leaders had his meeting. I said, please blow that bitch up. I literally said that in episode 2. Please blow that bitch up. Please, please, please.
Yeah.
Wait, the
be a
summit, is that
combination.
happening at the place that Rick and Thorn built?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are
Yeah.
the chances that he Death Starred it? Like he put a little like
And
switch
and
that only he knows
Mhm.
about.
and
Like,
that's
Jadis
from
and Jadis is based there now. She said no more
Yeah.
day and a half trips between here
Yeah.
and Philly. She's based
Blow
there
her
now, so
up,
blow
too.
that hoe up too.
Because
All
yo,
that.
Michonne, have you seen Star Wars?
No, never. Not
Yeah, so,
anything
like,
ever.
Like there was a guy who helped build the Death Star, and
What
he
is
knew
that?
it's like a big like spaceship that like can destroy
Okay.
planets. That's all you need to know.
It's the size of a moon, and it can blow
Yeah.
up a planet.
So the guy that was like had to build it, he knew it was going to be used as a weapon, so he ended up putting a flaw in it
Bills.
in
Ooh,
order
love
for
that.
it to be destroyed. Like I would love for them to do like a Rick situation where he ended up putting
do
in
a
like
Eugene.
a flaw. Like
He
yeah,
do a
ended up putting
Eugene.
like a bunch of like you know how Cersei had that all that oil underneath the King's Landing, so like she could just blow it up and it
The shit
just
that the
put
Mad
everything-
King was
Yeah.
gonna use.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
what if like something like that? Like he just flips the switch and then the entire thing goes boom.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what
overthinking it,
I'm
but still.
assuming also with Rick having helped build the Cascades that he built something, even though
Yeah.
he says in his letter that he had given up and all of that. I still think that he built something into there. He knows the plans. He knows the schematics. He knows something that's
He
going to help
literally
them.
got
He's
there
got
when
a
the place
cellar
was.
Yeah.
full of biters that he's gonna
Yeah.
unleash on the summit.
No, that ain't enough.
And I-
We need them niggas dead. DEA.
But I also think that too.
How about they
that-
collected all the people that died from Omaha and ended up just releasing them?
That's hilarious. But
No,
no,
but I
some
also
people
think that he also, from all this time, that he knows that there's a revolution going on in the CRM.
Yeah.
And that part of the CRB doesn't like what the CRM's doing. The CRM doesn't even know about what the 10% is doing. So I think that there's still possibilities that there's some people who are going to come to that summit, some leaders who are coming to that summit, that maybe he knows which ones are flippable, which ones are really down with the revolution and are pretending, and that they just need to take out certain ones to
No.
get what they need to happen.
Speaking of that, what I don't want them to do is okay, kill the good ones, kill the bad ones, leave the good ones alone. But don't bring no fucking body home. Nobody.
Oh, no.
Just Rick and Michonne. Don't
No,
bring
yeah.
no fucking body home. I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
if they just got here. Yes. Don't bring nobody home.
How about what's his name from the first episode, the one that was like, "Can I feel your stump"?
Oh, Esteban.
Esteban is
Esteban.
in the city with his woman. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Because if you bring him along,
He
he's gonna
got
die.
he got his promotion. Let him do
No.
him.
If
My
they
boy.
bring
He's
still running
Esteban,
water
he's
management.
going to die.
The fact
So
that
no.
he didn't die like destroyed my mind. I was like, bro, like does
Yeah,
that
I'm
mean that
waiting
it's
on
hope?
it.
No, that's why I
is that a
don't
good
want
thing?
Esteban to come with us because they would kill him. No, he needs to stay in the city with his woman that he said he got on the inside.
Because we've been
Yeah, I know. I
programmed
already
to
had
know
my
who
whole
lives and
plan that,
dies.
like, in my head that Esteban is some key to something because he's had a water event. He knows
Uh-huh.
something about something. Now I've added Chloe,
Yeah.
Cleo Clifton to that. Cleo's gonna help us somewhere soon. She
Yeah.
And I guarantee
Because
you
you giving
that
us full names. Full names?
I guarantee you that Rick has probably asked
Hi,
Esteban for
Mombie.
some tips when they was over there working at Cascade. I bet you he didn't ask Esteban for some tips.
Bro, where
Yeah,
is
because if
everyone? I feel like
Esteban
we're
had to
missing
have
half
come
the
out there to
panel.
help with something somewhere. It's got to be something. But just
Rick got something. He got something.
He got
together.
something. But I
He's-
think the same thing that what Rick always does. He has the pieces. He just doesn't know how to put them together. And Michonne is the one who comes along
Yeah.
and she'll connect everything and say, "Oh, you actually have everything here."
She
Let me
always
piece it
makes
together.
everything make sense for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what's going to be the linchpin for this. So that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah.
I feel like we're
This
missing
thing,
half
so-
the panel.
We are.
Yeah, what happened?
And
Well,
this was a
Tamaj
real good
isn't feeling
episode
well.
too.
Oh,
And Bebe is
Ja-
in
Bebe-
rest.
They like saving time
Needs her
kicking
rest.
everybody behind, I guess.
like
Let me
the
tell
one
you
live I'm
something.
able to make and like no one's here.
I've been waking up an
But I
hour
love
late.
you guys. You
and I
guys
don't
are
like
great
that.
too. I love you guys. I don't think I'm like shitting on anything.
I mean, well, we're the extra Rashon lovers, and everybody loves Deny.
Oh yeah.
The only other extra Deny lover that we're missing is Tamaj,
Oh,
but
for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, all the
But-
Rashon girls is here, so we loud and proud tonight. Okay.
So can we talk about Andy's acting in the scene with
Oh my god,
Pollyanna? Like,
it's so
the
good.
despair.
Andy said she has a way of undressing him, but when she look at him, I'm like, yes, perfectly said.
Gross, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, perfectly
That
said.
automatically like puts him on the defense when he's acting. And Andy said that he's a reactionary actor.
Mhm.
He needs someone to balance off of. And then that's especially why he said he likes working with Lenny, because he gives him what he needs and he can just feed off of that and he knows
Lenny
how to
is top
respond
tier.
to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love
So,
Lenny.
so that's what like Andy just, like you just see, like you could see that with him finding Michonne, that little bit of hope comes back to him. Even though he's still scared in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
he's already gone to Dorn. He started to put the plan together with her. So he's like, okay, she can get in, she'll be safe at least from that. Like he's starting to try to put like, okay, maybe I can, and then to come into his apartment and Jadis is there.
He
He's
literally
just
didn't
like-
even he barely got
Yeah.
8 hours. He probably got
Yeah.
about 8 hours. He didn't even get to go to bed smiling. Ooh, my woman here.
Yeah,
This bitch is
yeah.
in his room. I was so mad. I said he couldn't
probably
even
had a
go to
whole
sleep.
plan. I'm gonna sneak into the apartment, the whole thing.
And you know what's
And
another part too?
dash.
They always at his house. When Thorne, she always at his house. I want to say it was the second episode. She was coming in his house and they kept showing the fucking closet. I was like, is Michonne in the fucking closet? And they didn't do nothing with the closet. I said, okay, so she ain't even been to his house. So he playing it real cool. I know he really, really loved the fact that he got in good before she got there. Because if he was a consignee, he would have been fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time is everything.
Mm-hmm. He would have been fucked.
So
Shout out
then,
to Okafor, but I'm so happy Okafor is dead.
And if only Thorne knew that Michonne and her friend were responsible.
Right?
I
That
really
would
like
be awkward.
No,
Okafor was such a complex character. It was so
he
cool
was,
to
but
have
he
that
had to
in-
die because he knew about Michonne and Alexandria.
But
He
it
had to
was
go.
refreshing because I mean we got some
Yeah.
complex
Yeah.
characters in The Walking Dead, but he was next level, like. And
I say he had a commanding voice. When he be talking,
Nah.
I'd be like, mm-hmm.
Nah, he was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
just hearing him saying like I bombed New York, I bombed it. Like I'm like, yo, what? Like
Yeah.
Rick's
this dude
face
was fire,
instantly
bro.
softened when he was like,
Yeah.
I killed my wife. Rick was like,
Dude,
I'm
he was
sorry.
so
Yeah.
good. One episode, just
Yeah.
one thing The Walking Dead
I
knows
like
how to
it.
do, and I hate saying this, they know how to waste characters.
and
They know how to waste
True.
characters, man.
Yeah.
Like, it kills
And
me.
again-
Nat could have been dope. Like I want to see
Oh,
I already said I had a whole fantasy in my head about him and Eugene just endless ideas. Could have created anything from scratch. Yeah, I'm still. If I had to pick anybody that should have stayed alive, I genuinely thought that he might have made it because they had killed everybody else. So I'm like, okay, he the last man standing. But yeah, I should have known better. I should have known better.
Yeah. So then we get to Dana showing out. She came out.
Wait, because she always do this. Now, you had your script together when you did when the interview, basically. You had your script together. I'm talking about you played it so good. Then as soon as it get to that physical shit, she just not gonna act like a bitch. She finna
Dude, when she took the walker's head off and threw it at another walker, I'm like, what are we doing? like that is such a I love her, but like there had to have been a better way to handle that, because that's not just
but shine.
I know, but that's not just a skillful move. That's like a one of a kind type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that like just an ordinary warrior would be able to do. Like you would have to be like beyond
with a weapon that's foreign to her.
Even to think of doing that, like
with a weapon that's foreign to her, not even her
exactly.
personal weapon.
It's crazy. I mean, I was just immediately, I was like, bro, are you fucking stupid? Like, and I didn't
like,
mean
are
it
you
towards
trying?
her.
Like,
I was just mad because she's putting herself at risk doing that.
I was like, are you trying to get promoted? But you know they don't do that. But you know Rick is there, so you might have a little pull. So you're taking the chance. Like, one thing about Michonne, she do be 10, 20 steps ahead of everybody else. So I'm like, girl, what is you doing? I don't know. Like, even before she did the move,
for her, just then instinct just kicked in. It was just
that lady was about to get her ass bit.
Yeah. And she just saw someone that was like, oh, this is the person who genuinely I can, protect. Because we've seen that with Michonne the whole way. The minute she got on the road, we've seen that with her the whole time that we've known her, showing up for Andrea.
She showed up for Andrea and for Judith with the baby food. She didn't have to bring that baby food. She knew they had a baby that needed something to eat. So she brought the whole basket.
Yeah. That's just who she is. And so it's hard for her to turn that off in a circumstance. Because what's the alternative for her in that moment? Let Cleo get bit?
Exactly.
So I can pretend?
Exactly.
That wasn't something
we know she ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
One thing about Michonne, she never loses her morals. Ever. Never.
Like, she just wasn't gonna do that. But I was like, ooh, she in trouble, because that announcement on the speaker was like, Consignee Bethune and Clifton go to the bathroom. Oh, she in trouble, y'all.
Well,
also, can I ask y'all, why was Rick Grimes up on the wall, his numbers? That because he kept escaping to look out for him?
No,
honestly, I thought
that was his kill.
I thought he was holding a record. Yeah,
that was his kill record.
68.
Which is funny that if Michonne breaks it, all they have to do is erase the number.
Yeah, so remember in episode 1 when he goes in after his hand is missing, and everybody was like cheering him on. He broke the record then because there was a name that was already up there.
Okay, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah, so when you come back and then you see
one day though,
crimes. Yeah, it was in that one session.
Yeah,
it has to be in one session. You have to kill that many walkers. Okay. So that's how you got.
I was like, why is his name up there? It's because they kept. I was like, is that? Okay.
Now, at first, I didn't realize it, and then after when I was like editing it again, I was like, okay, maybe it means like a record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that
she definitely passed him up.
But she's still a Grimes technically.
So they're gonna have to put Bethune up there. It's gonna be like Bethune 100.
Right.
Like, remember when Rick and Michonne was on their vacation?
If they can spell it.
Right. Remember when Rick and Michonne was on their vacation looking for guns for All Out War, and he gave her more walkers. He was like, "You can handle it." Like, like she got it. But
yeah. So
I love it here. I'm so happy. I've been in such a good mood since the show came out.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the one thing that's always irritated me. The one thing that's always irritated me about people saying like The Walking Dead fell off is like the one thing that I've always loved was the Michonne and Rick, relationship. And that picked up like later on in the show too, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's when stuff really got good too. So every time they're like, oh yeah, like the show wasn't good in 7, 8, or 9, it's like, bro, that's when we had like prime Michonne. Like, what? I never understood that. It's always like my favorite thing. That's why when we have this show and it's the fact that it's like just a 6-episode love story, I think they're handling it so well.
They're doing more in 6 episodes than World Beyond did in 2 seasons, and then Fear did in the entire show. Like And they will literally, like, even in developing characters like Nat, oh my God, loved him down. Like, I really thought he was going home with us. I'm still not over that 2-minute conversation. Probably not even 2 minutes that Rick and Jada said. And we got this bitch whole backstory basically in 2 seconds. Like, yeah, we had met them and then we was trading stuff and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so it's not like no huge big thing. Like, thank you for just saying it. Jesus Christ. They got everything in there. I'm loving it. Like, it be shit that I'd forget that I wanted to know. And they said, I'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that everybody is able to communicate now, except for Mr. Rick fucking Grimes. Because
he will not tell her what Jada said. Matter of fact, he never told her about Jadis at all. I was
exactly.
on the
I'm
helicopter.
like, what the hell?
Because he can't tell her that. If he tells her that, then she knows Jadis is there, and then she's already acting up.
Right. She just gonna
That's
kill
a fact.
Jada.
Look, just like
Yes, but if
she's
he's
not
like, look,
telling him.
Jadis has a file on us. She's keeping it secret. If we kill her, they're going to go down and destroy Alexandria. I need you to escape.
That was the moment when he should have said something. When she saw Jadis and he was like, doesn't matter. All you would have had to say was, she going to tell them about Alexandria and everybody going to be dead. And she literally, Michonne would have came up with some shit to stop that. Like, just tell her. She saw Jadis. So clearly she knows there's a connection. The lady ain't stupid. I guarantee you, as soon as Michonne saw that, she was like, that's how that nigga got here. That bitch right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure she already put 2 and 2 together, because who else picked him up out of thin air and brought him here? So she was like, Jadis. That shit was so funny. She hasn't seen me yet. Oh, she saw me. That lady is hilarious. I love Pollyanna.
And right after, she's like, Rick, you should come to my quarters sometime. It's got a great
In front of me, she don't give no fuck at all.
I was like,
I mean, first time they met, it's like, I lay with him after. You know,
she was like, no, you got to do the beginning. Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're together. I lay with him after. Rick was looking at both of them like this.
And she's like, you care? Like, yes, I care. I will put your head through this wall.
That shit crazy. Pollyanna's mannerisms as Jadis, like, oh, I've never seen anything like it. Love it.
Yeah. Also, we talk about then how we talk about how Michonne can't stop herself either, but neither can Rick, because you're supposed to be ignoring this woman and pretending you don't know her.
And he be looking at her like he want to devour her. Thank you. When she was sitting there, like, he would just, even if, okay, so everybody be staring at her when she be killing the walkers, because she be mowing them the fuck down, and everybody just be taken back. She could be walking, standing somewhere, and he be looking at her like he want to just devour her. Sir, you got to stop looking at this lady.
Like that.
I just saying, they gonna put 2 and 2 together.
Didn't pay him no mind.
They gonna put 2 and 2 together. Stop fucking staring at this lady. He be looking at her like, ooh, bitch, it's been 7 years. Like, Rick is going, let me tell you something. They gonna tear each other apart when the time is right. That's all I got to say. She gonna wet his ass out is really what's gonna happen, but that's a whole nother conversation. She is gonna wet his ass out.
Like, at least she did a little giggle, a little coquettish, like, let me walk past. He like, I'ma look.
The whole time.
Turn his whole body
Is your
around.
neck okay? Is your neck okay? Because what are you doing?
He literally been dreaming about this lady every fucking night for all of these years. Like, man, shit is crazy. I love it here. I really do love it here.
Yeah.
But,
just makes everything better.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what part of the episode we was on, because him and Jada's been talking the whole episode.
No, okay, so now
we gotta talk about when this bitch was ready to kill Michonne if she didn't say yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Well,
all right,
do we
so
want
now
to talk about the escape?
Yeah, now we gotta get to the
which one was before?
Him setting her up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him setting it up so that she could escape and get out of there. And again, he just needed to communicate with her that, look, if I go with you, you know, making it look like you're dead, but if I go with you, they will destroy Alexandria before we can even get there. Mm-hmm. You know, that's all. You know, he could have mentioned Jadis. I mean, they're married, right? So, you know, you share with your spouse. Mm-hmm. Honesty is very important in a relationship.
Because he's withholding the information that don't need to be withheld.
Right.
Like, I'm
All he
happy.
needed to say is they got someone here. It's Jadis. She knows where Alexandria is. We made an arrangement that
No, the bitch kidnapped me and I ain't have a choice.
Exactly.
it's like,
Like they didn't make no arrangement.
or she
Matter of
has
fact, remember
basically
what she
threatened
actually
that
says
if
to
we
him in the
leave
apartment.
together, she will destroy Alexandria. And,
Yeah.
you know, and I can't just kill her because she claims to have a file on me in a place that they will find should she die.
And she
No, but
really
remember,
just
that's
talking.
what-
Because remember when
Why?
they were outside, he was like, "You brought me to a place I can't leave." Then when they was at the house, he was ready to rip his fucking hair out. He was like, first of all, his acting when he was like, "Why? Oh my
Yeah.
God."
Can't we work something out?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Is there a
speaking
deal?
Jadis
above
is
all.
like, that I saw
There
her
is no
face.
fucking deal.
I'm a
Yeah.
believer.
But no, that's the problem. That's why Rick felt like he couldn't say anything, because remember, Jadis doesn't tell him to get rid of Michonne. Jadis tells him,
Live your
you
life
two
here.
stay here, live your life here. Rick is the one who says, no, Michonne doesn't belong here. She doesn't need to be here, and I want her to be able to get back home to our daughter the only child he knows that he has.
Right.
So that's why he doesn't say anything. He's not going to say anything to Michonne because she's not going to go with that either. She's not going to stay there because that was the only plan that Jadis offered. Jadis offered, you guys stay here and live your life together, because he knows that's not going to fly. She's going to know that she's going to find out that Jadis is there. If that happened, if Michonne was like, I'll stay here, he knows that she's going to find out about Jadis, and that's going to be some shit. He knows there's
Which
no
we
way
know
out of that.
there's absolutely nothing that could happen that would make her not bring him back. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like
So
you don't
in his
like
head,
you don't
he's like,
he don't
get
even
rid of her. Get
understand
her to
how
go.
fucked up he have her. And I think it's so funny because Rick, this is another thing, like it takes a lot to beat Rick down and to break his spirit. It really do. But Rick has been beat down. Rick ain't been down this bad since Glenn all out. Like he ain't been down this bad in a long time. Maggie was ready to fight Negan instantly. Rick didn't see it because I clearly understand why, but Michonne is the one that got Rick ready to whoop ass for all out war. And she got to bring that dog back up out of him because he think we can't fight now. And she like, you don't even know how fucked up you got me. Like she be having to get him together.
Rick has a very narrow focus. He's focused on, his family, his friends, but he's very narrowly focused on it. And he doesn't
See
want
the
to
big
risk
picture.
anything. And he doesn't like to see, Michonne is more of a big picture person. And she's like, if we just walk, even if we escape from the CRM and they can't find us, they're still doing bad shit. And we're letting that happen. Whereas Rick would be like, I don't give a shit what they're doing. We'll be with our family. He's a little more selfish than Michonne.
But this is the thing. Michonne, first of all, she's never gotten anybody killed. So let's give her that. She know what the fuck she's doing. She's never gotten anybody killed in the history of the whole show. She has a way. First of all, this lady is, I mean, she's a fucking genius. She's so intelligent. Love her down. She can figure out how to get the shit done without the worst case scenario happening. Rick don't be knowing how to do that. Like, you got to get Rick on board and make him understand is the thing. Like, she's not just trying to like walk out and leave right now. She's trying to figure the shit out, which is because, I mean, we know she can escape by herself, Rick. She didn't need you to set up the plan. She could have figured some shit out. But nigga, she's waiting on you to quit playing. She's here. She's figuring it out. Nobody in the history of this shit has ever been promoted as fast as her. She wasn't even there a week. I mean, come on now. She's working her way up through the ranks. She gonna figure this shit out, Rick. And you are so hilarious because he genuinely thinks that he's saving her, trying to talk. Like, you really think talking crazy to her is gonna get her to leave? Because there's nothing you could say to this lady.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to get her to leave so she could go home a life. Nigga, she's not leaving.
She's not leaving without you.
There's nothing.
Again,
and then he had the nerve to say, if I got to knock you out and put you on the boat myself, she didn't want to knock your ass out to get you together. Let's not forget Alexandria in the middle of
Yes,
the
exactly.
shit. Like she be having to get you together, sir. So
Yeah.
he is hilarious. When she took his helmet off. Oh, and I always say this. I almost forgot to say this. Deny don't even be having to talk.
So good.
Yes.
She
That's
don't
why I
even,
was like, we got to talk about Denai's acting in this. And
she's always been that. Remember, Michonne didn't even talk early.
yeah,
She would just
barely
look.
talk in the beginning. Just look and stare at somebody and then walk off.
And she didn't say it a whole paragraph and they didn't open her mouth. I love her down.
It's the Letty James effect. He can say a paragraph just by looking at you.
Yes, absolutely.
Lenny definitely can do that too.
They are powerhouses. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
They really
are. Rick with that whole plan that he thought he was setting up.
And I know she got her sword. I know she got her sword put up somewhere, and I want to know where it's at.
That's why I want to know where she hit it too, because she hit it somewhere to come back in there. And then we talk about that too, because I wrote like in the blog our piece for this episode where, remember, as she's going through the train station, those walkers get released.
Yep.
So she fights her way back through. She had to kill all of those walkers to get back in.
Mm-hmm. Snuck back in the bed and got right in the house. Nobody knew a damn thing. Come on now. Yep. This ain't her first rodeo.
Because that's what Rick thought. He thought once she got out, if he could trick her to get her out there, she wouldn't be able to get back in. Exactly. Because of the disruption charges, we're going to bring more walkers in. She won't be able to get back in. And once she's out, she won't have any choice but to leave.
She at work whooping ass.
Guess again, buddy. Guess again.
Dummy. Like, you dummy. She not only killed all those walkers to get back in, now she at the Cullen station showing out.
Because she mad.
Mm-hmm.
Got a big attitude. She going in on them walkers. I said, "Oh, she need to blow off some steam."
So
Rick in the doghouse right now.
Yeah,
Rick is in the doghouse right now.
Think about how you got to think about because Rick has to be heartbroken also that he had to enact this plan. So imagine he done set the plan up. He knows she going to do it.
He probably cried himself to sleep.
He cried himself to sleep. If he's like he definitely had some drinks. He done got up, went to Jadis to tell her, look, this is what the plan is. I got her to leave. Blah, blah, blah. He went through the whole thing with her.
And Jadis didn't even believe it. I don't think she left without you, sir.
And then he's like, oh my God. And then here she comes with this, well, maybe there's some reasons you stayed behind.
And it wasn't you.
She is disgusting. He don't want you. Quit embarrassing yourself.
Thank you. That was the one time I was so happy that they actually showed her being like upset by Rick turning her
denying
her. That she, when he said that bull with the shit haircut,
that was so
she looked like oh,
and she an artiste, okay? Not you talking about her haircut. She keep her some bangs, okay? That motherfucker is bangs all the way around.
All the way around.
With no
it's
lineup.
Like fucking Guy Gardner.
She don't got no taper, no lineup, just the bangs. Like at least get the taper up under the bangs. No, she got them motherfucking bangs straight across board. I want to know
she
who
really looked like. That was the one moment you saw that she was like hurt when he said that, because any other time he always just shoves her off and like, attitude, whatever, like, let me leave. But that time he was like, oh no, I'm gonna insult you also.
Yeah, that haircut, he struck a chord, because literally she be laughing at him. She don't even care that he be denying her. But when he talk about that haircut
on and walked off sad, like the end of the Incredible Hulk, I was like
dun 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 dun.
Yeah, there you go.
Dun, 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 dun,
she put a little backpack on, like, okay.
Oh no.
But yeah, when Rick got that beat, and then it was like, oh, come to the Cullen station.
He should have known.
He was so stressed.
You know when Andy do that thing, like, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Like the way that he looked when he saw Michonne was that, when his eyes get real big and he's fucking terrified. He literally did that when he saw her at the Cullen station. He did that thing he be doing with his eyes.
Love it.
Because he was like, it's so many emotions that had to be going through his head.
He
like,
couldn't
I done
fucking
cried
believe
myself to sleep all night. I done put this whole plan together. And she back here showing out.
Yep.
In front of company.
Like, The one is standing
Never
right
left.
here watching this whole thing. Now, how the hell am I going to get her out of this?
She said she was looking for safety in numbers. She doesn't look like the kind of person that depends on somebody else for safety.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Yep.
oops.
I'll be right back. You guys carry on.
So what else had happened, y'all? Because we thriving right now.
So yeah, so she's showing out there because again, that's when you see the little glimpse of like, oh, his number 68. So you know, yeah, she broke that.
Yes,
She passed
absolutely.
68 before half her shift was over, baby, because she is mad.
She broke that. So yeah, that was crazy. It was like, okay, so you're not only just gonna come back, but then you're gonna show out also. But then Rick, you know, he kind of can't even get mad because that was the same reason he showed out. He showed out before when he came back when he realized that he couldn't get out, and then after he had chopped.
Yeah, when he cut his hand off, he was so mad.
Yeah.
And did you see? He hasn't. This is a different. First of all, that being scared of your woman is clearly a different type of terror. Because when she took that motherfucking helmet off and threw it, he was like,
Oh, that was so good.
it was so good.
Cause he
She
figured like,
didn't
I'm gonna
say
come over here,
anything.
I'm gonna whisper something to her real quick, and she grabbed that damn helmet, almost took his head off with it.
I was scared for him. I said she finna slap the shit out of him.
Honestly, I expected that. I'm not even gonna lie. I was waiting
Yeah.
for it, but I'm like, nah, this isn't. They're not an abusive.
I knew she wasn't gonna do it, but she already slapped the shit out of him just by looking at him.
Yeah, I'm like, Michonne's not abusive, but she's gonna do all the violence with her eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Like she didn't need to speak. Like her eyes scared the shit out of me. Like she has like that mom stare. Like I don't know what it is, but it just,
And then looked at
fucked
him
me
in
up, bro.
disgust as she walked
Yeah,
off over her
exactly.
shoulder. I was like,
Even
where did
when
the
he
fuck
first came up
go?
behind her, and he's like, you know,
Go to the
don't-
right, and I could
go-
do the
Yeah, he's
talk.
like, go to the right so we can
And
talk.
she was
she's
like,
he's like, don't stop walking. She still paused.
she looked at him like, excuse me?
Like I'm
She
defiant the
stopped.
whole way.
Yeah.
Like you're not in the position to make demands right now. It was like the type of shit that
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Rick is in the fucking doghouse,
So
y'all.
funny, bro.
And they ain't even been reunited for a whole week yet. It ain't even been it's been a crazy few days.
Yeah.
I
But
love
yeah,
how they-
like
The pacing of this show is immaculate because it's not rushed, but it's not dragging. But you're giving me everything I
Everything
need.
I need.
The shit that I forgot that I needed because I've been wanting to answer so long. I have no complaint.
All I want is
But
a
we-
reunion. I just can't wait to see like a possible reunion because they can't. There's no way we don't end the show without him saying hello to.
Let me tell you
RJ
something.
and
I
Judah.
want the whole
Yeah.
last episode. I want to see everybody's individual reaction. I want to see Aaron and Rick. I want to see.
It's too good to be
Carol.
True.
I
I
don't
feel
want
like
to see
he-
all them people.
No.
I want it's just done with
No.
the kids.
You know what? Like,
I feel like
the
no, I
best-
need the kids first, but I feel like he gonna reunite with Carol because remember when Carol was on the radio talking to Daryl, she said came back and it was breaking up.
You know, it would be like a decent way. I'd feel like to end it if they can only show RJ and Judith, to have RJ and Judith meet them outside of the gates. We have the reunion.
No, I need
and
a
then right
whole
when they're about to go
montage.
inside, you see the gates open and it's just like a bright ass
No,
light.
no. I need
Like,
to
so
see
you-
them
I mean,
making.
but that's,
No.
That's not gonna happen. It's too
No, I
confusing.
need that, and then I need to see them making babies, and then Michonne
That's crazy.
another baby.
I don't think we're gonna see
You'll
Walking
you'll
Dead the
definitely see that,
fourth.
Michonne.
No, I need to see them making babies and her having the baby, and now they got
That's
3
crazy.
kids. No,
Like,
I
you
need
wanna, do you
all
want a
that.
flashback or do you want a third kid?
Third kid, I need
Third.
all that. I
Yeah,
need
I
all
want
of
third
that.
kid.
Pregnancy, her pregnancy post apocalypse was fucking terrible. She was getting branded like a fucking cow with Daryl, traumatized.
Do you think there's a chance she could have another kid?
Yes, there's not a chance. There not a chance. Yes, she could have another fucking kid. Let me tell you something. She ain't been with her man in 7 years. What you think they finna do? Sir,
You think they're gonna have
you
time
making me knock
to
shit over.
You think they're gonna have time to get it on when they have all this shit going on?
Let me tell you
She almost
something.
got pregnant from him looking at her.
Let me tell you something. When Rick and Michonne, let me tell you something. I don't think it take that long. I ain't never had no kids. Let me tell you something. When Rick was like, what did he say to her before he got pregnant? It was something like, we need to, but he said something and she was like, yeah. And then it was when she got pregnant, then he fucking disappeared on a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So nah, he gonna get her pregnant. I just want to see it because like I just need that so I can just cry and just I need that personally. Me,
Like
Sean.
it's for you, not for anyone else.
Yeah, I
I
need
feel it. I
that.
feel it. I feel it.
Babies cheering, because what is we doing all this for? Cheering.
Yeah. But
I'm stealing the Talk and Eat TV, by the way, name.
No, I don't need to see porn. I just want to see people loving each other and having babies.
mhm.
That's what I want to see. Babies, lots.
Like,
lots
well,
of
I don't
babies.
need no full reunion with everybody else. I just want to see them with their kids.
Yeah.
Because there's so much time that Rick has lost with his family that I want him to just be with his family
Yes.
for some time.
I want to know. Okay, like obviously we know before the 6 episodes are over, she's gonna tell him he got a son. But I don't know if she gonna wait until he see him in person and be like, "Oh, this is RJ," as in Rick Jr. And then he just fall all out and start crying and shit, or is she gonna tell him before? Because she know she can't tell him right now because Rick would literally. And so
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just need to see it. But we got to talk about Thorn like this with her arms behind her back. I was like,
ready
Rick, you gonna have to
her
shoot that
ass.
hoe. Literally, I was talking big shit to my
And
laptop.
it was so funny hearing, yo, I was providing you backup. Shut the fuck up. No, you weren't.
He lied so easily, like you don't even
He's
know.
like, she's like, oh, you drew your gun from your holster. He's like, yeah, to provide backup.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna back you up.
Yo, that shit
You
was
were gonna
so
back
funny,
me
bro.
up with the woman that you was begging me to bring in here.
Right.
That was so hilarious, dude.
Michonne wasn't gonna never fuck that up. She already knew what to say to that lady.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, because wait, we skipped over that part when after because one, we didn't really talk about like Michonne's heartbreak of getting to the boat and realizing like that he had tricked her.
No,
Like,
that was
that's
terrible.
That's just got to be devastating.
That's
like
why he in
when
the
she was
doghouse.
like, when she was whispering, Rick, and I was just like,
She was so excited to go home.
I was just like,
She was like, "Oh, nigga, you played in my face for the first and last time." Oh, okay.
Exactly.
First
Like,
and last.
oh my
He not gonna get to
God,
play in
like-
her face no more.
and then for you to put in the letter, because you know he's like, I'm not coming, and that if you love me, you'll
You
go.
gonna leave.
And for when he gonna repeat that to her after she pulled the helmet off his head. That's what the look that she gave him in that moment
Yeah.
was like. What? She did the head tilt on him and got him good.
Him
Well,
trying
and he
to.
put in the letter, Jadis is here. She knows where Alexandria is. If I leave with you, she will destroy Alexandria. Maybe she'd understand a little bit more.
When
Again.
really,
He was still
he
coming. She
wants
was still coming back in there.
Rick literally wants to take all of the pain to himself. He don't want her to have none of it. When it's like, I completely understand that you want to bear the weight of this, but you can't, sir. You really should be like, all right, baby, how we gonna get out of this? This is A, B, C, D, E. What we gonna do to where we can cross all our T's and dot all our I's? Like, that's what he really should be doing.
Yeah,
But-
your wife wrote a charter, sir. Just give
First
her
of all,
the
she's
pieces.
a whole ass lawyer. Top tier.
She gave, you give her the pieces and she will put them together. You had all these years and you couldn't figure out. She will figure it out for you.
That's
Just
a
give her
fact.
the pieces. But yeah,
Okafor would have loved Michonne. Oh, he would have loved her. I'm so happy he did though, because he knew too much.
Yeah,
Because Okafor would have fucked around and put 2 and 2 together because he saw the phone.
yeah, he saw the phone.
Yeah, he
So-
would've known.
That would have been terrible. So
Mhm.
that's why I was happy when Okafor died and then Michonne popped up. I said, okay, cool, because we ain't got to worry about him telling the nothing.
Honestly, I could have seen him doing some psychopathic shit, like
like it could
forcing
have got
her on her knees and making Rick decide, like
because this nigga killed his wife, so you know he don't give a fuck about yours.
Like it would have been
True.
crazy because he's such a complicated character. He would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked about his character because
Nah, for real.
it was a good balance that you still, even with everything he had done and knowing that he had a plan to usurp the CRM, that you still had, it still gave you that little bit of hope in him. But you're also still pissed because you're literally keeping Rick captive also, and you're brainwashing him to keep him here. So
And you're the one that wears red. You go out on the daily basis
and you're out
slaughter
doing these
people.
terrible things to people.
Nah, for real. At the end of the first episode, I don't know if any of you have seen Arrow, but it like reminded me of the scene where like Oliver, he ends up like getting recruited by like this whole like league, like this whole group of assassins, and there's a point where he has to just like kind of give up who he was and just kind of abide by what they do, and he kind of just submits. He ends up just being like, yeah, I agree with what you're doing. I am like a servant to you. And it just reminded me of that whole thing with Rick at the end, because Rick was like, "Yeah, I understand now. I'm with you," to Okafor, and then of course, as soon as the helicopter went down, he goes to Michonne. He's like, "I'm not with them."
I'm not with them.
Exactly what
with
happened
them.
with an Arrow when he ends up like going with that group. Then when that group goes down a little bit, he says to the person he loves, he's like, "I'm not with them. This is like a whole side hustle. I'm taking them out from the inside." It just reminded me of that, like kind of bar for bar, and I really enjoyed that.
I love that. I was happy that it was some witnesses, because all of them CRM people, whoever they were, well, they're dead now. But damn it, and it would have been nice if it was somebody else on the inside listening, like they would even believe even more. Because even General Bill, he don't believe that Rick is all the way in. He not stupid.
Yeah.
He don't
Because I
believe
feel like the same
he
way
thinks
he
that
went,
he's just in for now. He don't know how
the
Rick
same
is gonna
way,
act.
the same way he went to Rick to have a conversation. He went to Dorn and had a conversation also. But Dorn got a big mouth, as we know. So she clearly said things to him, and that's why he picked her for the promotion, because he knew that she was a little more, he can manipulate her more.
Yes.
But also that, we saw from episode 1 when
And
she
she's never
busted
tried
into
to
Rick's
escape.
apartment, that she was ready to say, like, she didn't even know about the echelon briefing and everything else that was going on, and she was already like, oh yeah, Portland needs to get in line. So he knew it was going to be easier to get to her, and he promoted her, gave her even a higher position than what Okafor held.
She is the one that is trying to get Rick to believe the way that she do.
Yeah.
Because even before, remember when they
give up also, then it would make her giving up on her chances of seeing her
make
love
her feel better.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's really trying to get Rick to drink the Kool-Aid, and he's doing a good job so far, acting like it. Especially even more now that Michonne's here, he know he got to stay in line 10 times more, because if he slip up, he ain't got no room to slip up no more. So yeah,
because Dawn is teetering, like she's spiraling so out of control. Like he's like, it's just so many components that Rick is trying to hold together. His own sanity is barely holding on, and then he has Dawn who's teetering. He's never seen her slip this far before. And then you got Jadis threatening, and then you got Michonne just doing what the hell she want to do. He's just like, what the hell? Like, how am I
let me tell you something. These women got Rick finna pull his hair out, especially heavy on Thorn, because she, like, Jadis knows everything. She's the one that kidnapped. He's literally, his Thorn is his biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
Because they're co-workers, and now she's his superior. Yeah. And even like, and she keeps saying, I'm not Okafor, I'm not Okafor, I'm not Okafor. But at the same time, he was like, the man that saved my life is dead. Okafor this, Okafor that. I did it for Okafor. Okafor wouldn't have had the shame moment that shame his eye looking at Michonne in the woods like that, ma'am.
Yes.
Before she even drew the gun, Rick was looking at her like, he looked at her, and he got right in front of that gun. I said, ooh, look at him, because I know he'd take a bullet for her. Okay.
Well, Rico813 in the chat says that Thorne called Rick family too quick and thinks that she might have some feelings for him.
No, literally.
No,
you know,
she
I've been thinking that this whole time. Let me tell you something. She ain't got nobody else to attach herself to.
Yeah.
Okafor is dead. She really looked up to Okafor. I know that she really, really looked up to Okafor. You see, when he died, she was
boo-hooing.
He the nigga that made her come over there. She was trying to die on the boat.
Yeah.
When he came to save her in the first place, she didn't know where she was going. She didn't see a life past the boat. So the fact that all this shit is going on right now, she genuinely do not know what the fuck she is doing right now. She was about to die on the boat. Okafor and brought her over here. She like, okay, is this my new purpose? Then the man that saved my life is dead. That's what she said. And then with the echelon briefing, she said, I thought it would be years before this happened. She literally do not know what the fuck she's doing right now. It's too much going on.
Yeah.
So she's overwhelmed is the word.
So, couple things. Bebe thinks that they shouldn't have killed Okafor.
No, it was great. They did it right.
She wanted to see him go psycho. Big Rob says that Busy was talking about Argus. I think he was talking about the League of Shadows. I think he was talking about Raz Al Ghul.
Oh, right? Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about.
Exquisite. Why are you surprised? I was not surprised. Thorn First of all, we were introduced to Thorn by her throwing a liquor bottle, crashing it against the ground, saying, "Thank you for showing me I couldn't escape." Was that giving stable to you? Was that giving respectable person? Y'all not paying attention. No.
That's why I said when some people was like on episode 1, like, oh, maybe Thorn, there's a chance. And I was like, oh, you people be getting duped in real life by people all the
do
time.
not be paying attention.
There's no way that you can be around this woman and think that this person is really.
She drinks every day. Every time we see this lady with some Mr. Drink in her damn hand.
Yes, she's
depressed.
She's a functional alcoholic.
Yeah,
yeah, she's depressed.
I was like, I'm not gonna go that hard on her because I'm like, we didn't see Rick with his liquor too. So
and
they all trying to drink the pain away. So I'm not gonna go too hard on them about that. But
CRM got their own brand of liquor,
right?
And hand them out at the daggone base. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that whole her calling Rick her family, I get it from that perspective because when you're in the military or paramilitary background, that's what they do to you. When you're in boot camp, that's the whole process of breaking you down so that they can build you back up. And whoever you went through your training with,
You were with them every day.
they instill that in you that that's your family, that's who you're with, that's who will keep you alive. It puts that all into your head. So I understand when she comes with that, but also she should also realize that Rick has not told you anything about him.
Literally, you know nothing about this man.
That's the first thing you do when you work with people in those type of environments. Once they get past that little breaking down period and you start to build each other up, you start to talk about the things that you care about. You talk about the things that you're fighting for, that you're willing to put your life on the line for. Rick hasn't told her any of that.
Rick has given these people nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So
not a damn thing.
He's her family.
Yeah,
I was like, ma'am.
Because she ain't got
no.
She gave up on her life before this. Rick ain't give up on his.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, when she went for that night, I was like, Miss.
I'm telling you, I was talking big shit to my laptop. I said, Rick, you're gonna have to shoot that hoe. I was talking big shit. And I was like, then we're gonna have a whole nother mess on our hands. Yeah, exactly, I was talking crazy.
Again, that's what we keep talking about in this episode specifically about Michonne doing things that's crazy. But Rick is doing things that's crazy also, because if you had to kill her, what was you gonna do then? What were you gonna do then?
Exactly.
What were you going to do then? But of course, he's not gonna let his wife get hurt or killed. But
the best thing they could have did was just go home and get in the bed like they was never there. I don't fucking know, because they couldn't have done that and then escape. Nick, they looking for y'all now. They know y'all did. So I don't know, but I'm just happy that Michonne knew what to do, Rick. But I'm happy you was ready to bag your woman up.
Oh, but she was throwing them subs at Rick, right?
Uh-huh.
She was throwing them subs at Rick like. He did seem helpless. Like,
I don't know him.
He was about to die.
And I think that Michonne knew. I think Michonne knew that bitch had something behind her. The way that she was looking, her whole stance and energy was like, de-escalate the situation, de-escalate the situation, de-escalate the situation. Yes, like even the way she was talking to her. I'm telling y'all, Thorn is too high strong for me. That lady is unstable. Mm-hmm. Like she's always up on a 10. Bitch, calm down.
Yeah.
And with the continuous, like you said, after Michonne stomped off, I'm not Okafor. How does someone say that? We know. He knows.
Everybody knows.
Apparently there's some stuff Okafor believed that she does not. So
no, her and Okafor actually had a relationship. Her and Rick didn't. Just like that's literally the whole reason Okafor told her that he knows stuff about Rick. It's because he said she tells me things. Like they actually have conversations. Rick has never had a conversation. So
I don't really even think that her and Okafor had conversations. I feel like she spoke to him. You know, like you ever.
He said I told her because she tells me things.
Your coworkers, your subordinates talk to you about things, and you like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That don't make you that you're
I'm
friends.
just happy he didn't tell her
from her perspective that she's reaching out because these are only two people she really has to reach out to. So she's putting everything into them. And Okafor is going. So you do understand like her spiral also that Okafor is gone and now Rick is acting funny. Rick is acting funny. He's always been closed off, and now suddenly he's like, "Oh, we need to bring this new woman in. Oh, I'm off. I'm totally on Okafor's plan." Every time she keeps saying to him she has concerns about Dana, he keeps saying, "No, I'll talk to her. It'll be fine." She really is spiraling because she's like,
Yeah.
"This is the one person I have left, and he's being weird, and I don't understand why he's being weird."
I love the fact that Okafor died in the first episode because he didn't get to tell nobody about Michonne. Because if he would have seen Michonne, he would have. Who looked like her? Come on now. What are the odds that this lady that looked just like the phone popped up here at the CRM?
Just like when she goes to the market.
Exactly. And we're going to talk about that. So I'm happy that Okafor died, but the consequence of that is Thorne was next in line, and she has been promoted prematurely because she literally don't know what the fuck to do right now because it's too much. Like she said, I thought it would be years. Those were her exact words. I thought it would be years. So they done told her all this information, and now she don't know what the fuck to do.
No.
But man, when
She seems very shook by it too.
She came straight to Rick house after the echelon briefing.
And then when she was
to
like,
Rick
"Oh,
house.
what, no salute?" I said, "Oh,
That pissed me off.
Like you came in here with all this
anyway.
stressed out. Like you came with all this stressed out energy. The man that saved my life is dead. I thought it would be years before this. I'm promoted, and then you gonna end it with no salute. I said,
no salute."
I think that was a little teasing.
Yeah, it was, but she too much. We're in a very.
And I like,
we walking on ice, and this bitch is stumping, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
We walking on thin ice, and this
but
bitch running
I
around
love
stumping.
that they had that part at the end of that scene where Rick locks the door.
Yes.
It's to symbolize the separation between him and her relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever their friendship, camaraderie. That it showed that because all the other times she's able to like bust in his place, or she shows up at his place. That was the moment he was like, "Oh yeah," like because mind you, you just got a promotion. You should be hyped and you should be excited about your promotion. And you're like, "Yeah, but Bill asked me about Dana and this 17,000 people in the CRM, and she's on his radar already." Keep bringing that up. You should be talking about your promotion. You should be happy about that. Why are you?
Because my thing is, he already told you she's an A. Bitch, just keep up the goddamn plan. We know this already. Keep up the plan. She reflects on me now.
But she keeps saying she's too strong. She's like, I can't handle her.
And I literally said it when I said it in my reaction. I said, she got that Shane look in her eye. This a hating ass bitch.
Yeah.
And she held her. And I said, oh, I was so mad. That scene was so good. I have not seen anybody in the entire Walking Dead universe had that Shane look in the eye. She had that Shane look in her eye. And I don't even be comparing characters, but baby, she had that Shane look in her eye before she even rolls the gun. As soon as Michonne and Rick came back out the woods going in on the walker, she was looking like, who this bitch thinks she is? Ain't even been here for a week. Getting everything done. Now, Okafor, I feel like Okafor wouldn't have been mad that Michonne completed the mission anyway. Like, bitch, you finna get everybody killed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think Okafor would have been mad at that. So, like, you would have rather her have done nothing and y'all like
failed the mission.
Exactly.
Thank you. You just got promoted. That's what I'm like. When you,
it's making you look good.
It makes you look good when people under you do a good job. Because what was the alternative? You don't get rid of those walkers. They head to the summit and you blow the whole thing. You look stupid because you just got promoted. And also, you're the one that vouched for Dana to get in.
Exactly. So let her whoop ass.
Dana does well, you can go back and say, see, look, this is who I'm bringing in. This is what I'm able to bring to the table. But no, the jealousy and the envy.
I said she a hating ass bitch. As soon as she looked at her like that, I already knew.
It was too much because when she was talking all that cocky stuff in the helicopter on the way over, like, yeah, you know, you might get you some salmon, and you know, you get to go on a little trip and see stuff that nobody else has seen, and you know, oh, I have the ball. Oh, when she was giving that little command speech,
and meanwhile, Michonne ain't saying nothing. Michonne ain't said nothing to this bitch.
She's not standing at attention. She's not standing at attention at all. She's like, hit Tudor out.
I saw a meme. Oh my God. It was on Twitter somewhere. I probably retweeted it. I don't know. It was like Michonne when Rick was like, yes, ma'am. Remember when they were like, yes, ma'am? Oh my God. The fucking memes from this episode had me screaming.
Ooh. It was like, do we let the plan? I was like,
Well,
And
I
she
was
was sitting there
concerned though
struggling.
that when they were doing their little makeout session in the woods, that they were going to get spotted.
Yes.
And
I
I'm
said
like,
that too.
come
I said,
on.
"Ooh, don't get caught."
It's like, come on,
that
dude.
was, yeah.
But the bomb
it,
is what saved them because everybody was back there with the walkers. She was struggling to get that thing over that little hump. Michonne said,
Like, and mind you, she said, "Oh, we should have brought a real soldier, and I'm the one who's going to take the ball,
because they
and then
slow
you
sacks
can't
of
even
shit."
push it."
Yeah.
She said they're a bunch of slow sacks of shit. Because Rick was like, "Who got the ball? Me."
Yeah.
And
If
Michonne
Alex was in
held
here,
her
she
up
would
like,
be
Close back
defending.
shit too. Then.
Alex would be defending Thorne if she was
she's
here.
mad. She's mad because Michonne is better than her,
Yep.
and the man that she called her family is helping her. Like
Yeah.
that's really. She was already pissed off for her breaking protocol, rank, whatever, not following the chain of command.
Yeah.
But Rick helping her on top of that's what sent her over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sent her over the edge. She a hating ass bitch. I mean,
But
let's call a spade a spade.
But Alex has a point that, and Thorne had a point. It's like, when I tell you to do something, you don't do it. Breaks down
No.
discipline.
That's not a valid point because number one, bitch, you failed. She didn't do it off rip. She let you do your mission. It failed, and then she helped you. So no, that's invalid. I'm on Michonne's side.
You're not a military thinker.
No.
I'm talking.
Well, I
let me
am
say
a military thinker,
This
and
is-
yes, you
no.
are supposed to fall
This is
into rank,
post-apocalypse.
but you're supposed to fall into rank. But when it comes to a mission, good command.
Nobody left
They
behind, right?
they're about getting the mission complete. That's what the
Exactly.
ultimate
Yeah,
thing is
that's
for
a
them.
distinction there. You said a good
Yeah.
command. I don't think she's a good
Yeah.
commander. I don't
No,
think
she's not.
it's
Yeah, she's not a
basically
good commander.
basically in life there are people who are good workers and then they get put in a management position and they suck.
Exactly.
Because they
Yeah.
don't know how to manage people and
Yeah.
they end up just yelling and throwing their weight around.
That's a really
and
good analogy. I'm gonna give you
That's
that
true.
one. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
So
That's a good
she
one.
is basically sticking to the letter of things.
I think
Mhm.
she's
because she has no
accidental
clue. She read it in a manual somewhere.
Ooh, I'm with Brian on that one. He
What
said
did
that
he
she
say?
an accidental A.
No, but that's why I said this. Well,
Yeah.
we wrote like in our blog that there's two people on my team, Kara and Colt, that their theory from episode 1 was that she's
not
not
an
an A,
I
that
feel like
she's
she's all
actually
about
a B.
self-preservation. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
as
because
long
remember, we
as
see
as long as
from
somebody was telling her what to do, she was cool. As soon as
Yeah.
she in charge, the bitch is falling
she doesn't
apart.
know what she's doing anymore.
Yeah.
Because
no, I
her
understand
whole thing, her whole thing from, remember, we see it from two different perspectives. From Okafor's perspective, he got on the boat, he sees a woman who's fighting for her life when she shoots at him. But we know from her conversation with Rick
wanted
that
to
she had
die.
already given up and
Yeah.
that she missed on purpose because she wanted to be taken in. She
Yeah.
had already given up before that.
Yeah.
So that makes her a B.
And also, like I said, she's never tried to escape.
And
Thank
to be
you.
fair, we know Rick is an A due to previous stuff outside of the walk, like in the main show. But he's done things in this show that has shown signs of a B, but at the same time he's shown signs of an A. Like there was a part where, he says he doesn't care about the people. These aren't my people. My people are out
Yeah.
there.
Well,
of
Rick
course,
always says that.
that's a sign of a B, but at the same time, him thinking for himself and knowing that
Exactly.
he's doing something that could potentially get him killed, like him constantly trying to escape, knowing that like they could just give up and be like, okay, we captured you, we don't need you. You're just like a liability at this point, and they could have just wiped him out. Like this dude is such an independent thinker. It's
Exactly.
insane. But
The
I feel
second
like- I
Okafor
wanna
dad,
see
this
more of
bitch was
that
at
with-
Rick's
yeah.
door crying, falling apart.
But no
Yeah.
bullshit. I can't even stress this enough. I truly thought they had I know Rick is loyal, but for some reason I just had this weird feeling that they had some romantic shit going on for a second. Cause like the
Oh,
way
no.
He
the
do
way-
be.
bro, the way he opened the door and the way she was crying like that, I'm
Yeah.
like dog, like y'all like the only way she'd be doing that shit is if y'all were piping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
there's no way.
We boil down like women
No,
and
she
men
don't got nobody
relationships.
else
So
to
you,
talk
you
to.
gotta have some
I
type
know,
of
but
thing
like
with
my
them.
brain didn't process it. At the same time,
Yeah.
I was binging the shit out of it. So I was like half awake. But when I saw that, immediately I was just like, "Yo, are we gonna find out that this
You
is
are
some
so funny. Rick would
unnecessary?"
never.
I know. That's why I was like, "Is
Yeah.
there unnecessary shit going on here?" I
In
was
her
so glad
mind,
to find out
yes.
that wasn't happening, bro. So
She,
glad.
I'm
No,
trying to tell
but-
you,
I was
she's
afraid.
fucked up right now because she never saw her life past that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okafor brought her here. Okay, she was doing everything Okafor said to do. The second that nigga got killed, door crying, the man that saved my life is dead. Then on top of that, they didn't stress her the fuck out with the echelon. That lady
Yeah.
is stressed out. She don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck to do
Yeah.
right now. She knows too much and she's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
She can't handle everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And she's proving it.
And for everybody out there that's watching, Leslie did a live last night and she said, no, Pearl does not have a crush on Rick. She's not interested in Rick. That's
I
not
never
what's
thought she
happening at
did.
all. She said that's never been the case. She said that was one of the things that she wanted to make sure with her character, that there was no like weird love triangle thing. She's like, that's absolutely not what's happening.
No,
So
the only person trying to get in Rick pants is Jadis, and Jadis
It's
has made
Jadis.
that known from
Yeah.
that's
day
enough
one.
for us already.
He's been after that shit for years.
Literally. And the cat back, okay?
I admire her persistence, though.
Yeah,
like, no
Jadis don't
bullshit.
forget nothing Rick do. She need
So,
him do it, and she know.
are we going to address the fact that Rick revealed to an artist?
Yeah,
What?
that kind of irks me a little bit.
And I didn't like that.
Nah, it irks me a little
But
bit. I mean,
at the same
he's so
time,
insignificant. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but at the end of
exactly,
the day,
because he makes art
Yeah.
for thousands of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And it's
But
not
he
copies of it.
recognized
He's
her,
literally
knew her
making it
name.
and giving it to him.
Mhm.
yeah, like the fact that Rick was opening up to him was a little different.
I,
But at
that's
the end of the day,
one of the things I love about.
but at
He
the end
said
of
it
the day,
took him 3 years before he said
Before he
anybody's
even
and
name.
that's the thing I do kind of like. I wish they kind of showed it because at some points it seems stupid, but realistically, if you were not talking about shit like that to anybody during that entire time that you're kind of like isolating myself, you're gonna go
Esteban
mad.
said it. Everybody
you're go-
literally,
you're gonna
Rick
go-
literally
you're
didn't
gonna
talk
go
to nobody
nuts.
for years.
You're gonna go nuts if you don't share like shit like that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad he did have like 2 people to at least get some stuff off his chest, because
Yeah.
if he didn't,
Yeah.
he would have been insane.
But also,
Yeah.
the only reason the artist dude knows because it was a part of his escape plans. But it was nice to talk to somebody because he ain't told
Yeah.
Esteban shit.
Yeah.
He
I
be,
like
he
that
be
they-
letting Esteban talk to him, and he just
Yeah.
talk back.
And he
But
just
he don't talk about himself.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I like that the show has, like, we were talking about the pacing and the balance of the show, that
it's so good.
they balance out the highs and lows so well.
I'll
So
be right back.
we went through Rick tricking Michonne, them having that tense thing where she done yoked the helmet off, and then it's immediately followed with her going into the market and being uplifted by realizing that even though Rick is saying all these things to her and she knows that he's full of shit, but
exactly
for her
she
to go
knows.
into the market and to see this man telling her that he came here every couple of months to get a new phone etched with your faces on it, and that he always believed that he was going to see you guys again.
First of all,
So
Carl.
that balance of up and down, yeah.
When they said he could never
She
get
was
the
like,
boy
"You
right.
my baby." She's like, "That was my baby."
Michonne
It's
and
like-
Carl had such a sweet relationship. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I still miss Carl. When people be like, it was so funny when I got online into the fandom and people were like, "Oh, Carl, this and Carl." I was like, "What's all this Carl hate in here?" Like, oh
People
my
be hating on
God.
Carl. I've never seen it. I love Carl down.
Oh, I've seen it.
See,
Yeah,
I be
this-
so happy. People be telling me the shit that people be going on.
Yes.
I love Carl.
I love Carl.
down. Irreplaceable, one of one.
Yeah.
Outlived the comics. That's a whole nother
Like,
conversation.
I love Carl. Like, he was the thing that pulled Rick and Michonne ultimately together. But
Yes.
even if
It
there
was Carl from the beginning. Let her in.
yeah. He's like, "Should we let her in?" He's like already at
It's
the
always
gate.
been Carl.
Yeah.
Michonne told Carl about her son before anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That was healing for her. She never spoke of her son ever. Not to
Yeah.
Andrea, not to nobody. To Carl.
Yeah.
Stop it. Don't y'all ever disrespect Carl. Love
Thank
Chandler
you.
down.
And also, he was on it. I love Carl because whenever something was jumping off, he was ready.
Carl is literally the reason.
When Sasha came out that coffin, he was
Literally,
like,
that's
he turned
exactly
around
what I
and
was about
started
to say. Carl is literally the reason that Sasha's sacrifice was not in vain. When Jadis pulled the okey doke on us,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sasha came out that casket. Carl said, fuck. He already knew what to do,
He
baby,
was
because we
already
all
ready.
would have been dead. It would have been
Yeah.
over with, okay?
That's
Carl
what
shot
like,
first.
Carl,
Don't y'all
that
ever
was the
disrespect
shit.
Carl.
Yeah.
Who else was gangster enough to get on Negan's truck and mow all them niggas down? Don't ever
Thank
disrespect
you.
Carl. A child, stop it.
I love
1000%
Carl.
should have outlived the
He
show.
only
but
stayed
yeah,
in the
that's
house.
So I
So-
love that. Yeah. So I love that moment of like her talk. I love that it was her talking about Carl also.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that piece was right
And
there.
another callback to Nat. They keep doing it. I said, come on, somebody.
Yeah.
He said something like, believe a little bit longer. I
Yeah.
said, y'all trying to make me cry. Y'all trying
Yeah.
to make me cry.
Because that's what Benjaro is the one who etched that onto the phone. So
Yeah, that's what Nat read.
but it's still a connection between the two of them now that is like Nat said that because he was the one who was able to translate it for her.
Because he can read Japanese. Exactly.
Yeah.
With a smart
This
ass.
dude, Thomas in the chat's trying to poke the bear.
I
Is
don't
he
even
still
read
talking
the chat.
about Lori?
He said shouldn't the artist draw Judith's dad too?
Oh God.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh.
That's hilarious.
That's funny, bro.
But the picture was about the girls. We ain't talking about the guys. The picture was about the girls.
So, and we're talking about the things that was going to help Rick maintain his mental health, like Busy was talking about.
Mhm.
That this was another way that Rick was able to maintain his mental health during that time because he was able to go get those phones with different depictions of
And
his
him
family.
writing to her every
Yeah.
day. He first of all, if he wasn't writing to her every day and getting that shit out because he wasn't talking to nobody, he would have killed himself. Like literally would have killed himself for real, man.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's very concerned about the artist knowing what Rick's, the family names and everything. I don't think it's that much of a concern, though.
Yeah.
Though Michonne saying to Thorne, I saw some interesting art. You don't know how many art vendors are in there, so.
Mhm.
But
Also,
still,
Thor never.
But that was
the only
that was
person-
another sub that she threw at Rick, when they had that conversation.
The only
She was
person
throwing
to
a sub
see
at
the
him.
phones. The only person to see the phones is dead. Okafor is dead. He's the only one that
Yeah.
saw them. He's dead.
Yeah.
but I don't think that they're going to make a connection between this artist and Rick, and then torture him to find out a couple names that he basically vaguely knows what they look like, and then to find out
Yeah.
how are they
Remember,
going to connect it's
Yeah,
very
but remember
unlikely.
thing,
beginning,
Jadis
Jadis
knows.
says,
One of the top dogs knows. Jadis knows.
yeah,
That's our problem.
that's enough problem right there. But remember, Jadis says in the very first scene to Rick that the CRM can't work in the area in the CRP. They're not able to have the control there. So remember, she says to him, "We can speak freely here because they don't have the control in the CRP." So we don't really have to worry about Benjaro being an issue. He's not going to be an issue.
That's why she went down there with that wig sitting on top of her head. She literally was waiting to see Rick so she could start talking. He
And
probably
she
had
found
just
this
started
wonderful
walking
wig.
good. Yeah. Because that motherfucker was sitting down here. Boy, that was so funny. Let me tell you something. One thing about me, these wigs in the Walking Dead universe, I'm going to talk about these wigs. Them two girls in World Beyond and Jadis, I'm going to talk about that wig because you're not going to play with me with all this hair sitting right here. I mean, the part, it ain't, baby. I'm going to say something about it because it's funny.
Oh my God. But yeah. So then we got when Michonne runs with the bomb. And then we have when Rick runs up with her and we get the triumphant music. We're like, they're back.
And then
They're
Thorne
back out here.
deciding to Shane.
Literally, she had that Shane look in her eyes. She said, this bitch just showed up and he's helping her. I'm the fucking superior. I
Yeah.
run this shit over here. Like,
And she's like, but that.
Like a bad manager who's like,
Michonne's like,
it's
she's
not
like, I
like
don't even know who you're talking to right now because I'm about to blow this thing up.
exactly. She's mad as if Michonne is going to her superiors trying to get her job. The lady is not talking to any fucking body.
Yeah.
She just
She's
saved
already
you
said
a lot
when
of
she first-
hell, and you
Yeah.
get the credit for it. Bitch, go sit down somewhere.
Thank you. Because Michonne, when she questioned her before they took her to the stadium, and she's like, "Do I have a choice?" So you know that Bethune is
Exactly.
not. She's not looking for a come up. She's not looking to usurp you. So I don't know what your problem is. Like she's helping the mission, because if these walkers get through, one,
That's a
either
whole
you
nother
die or
problem.
you decide to do a tactical retreat and you get away, but either way, if you do a tactical retreat, you know that the summit is going to get blown up, and then that's on you. You're messed up at the
You
end
just
of that.
got promoted, and your first thing you go and work. That doesn't look
Thank
good on
you.
your part.
Yeah.
I never want to see her again. Rick was like, I got it. Just long as you don't kill her. Like, that's what he thinking in his head. Long as you don't try to kill her, because bitch, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Well, she'd already done tried to
Yeah.
kill her, but yeah, because
She said, I never want to
we
see
talk
her
about
again.
behind the tree, because
First of
even
all,
before they got behind the
Rick
tree,
and
when they went to
Michonne
go run,
sitting in a tree.
They were holding hands.
when they went to run,
They
and he
were
reached
holding
back
hands.
for her hand.
Mhm.
Literally, I love
Yeah.
that. I was so happy. She
Talking
like,
mad junk a minute ago, sir, and now you
No.
want to hold my hand?
no, that voice that she was talking, and she was like, let's go. And he was like, not like this.
She's
I'm
like, oh, she was like, come on. Yeah,
Again,
she was like, come on.
communication. It's like, yeah, we could make a run for it, except
They have
Yeah.
helicopters.
Blow up
Jadis
Alexandria.
knows about us.
They have
So unless we
helicopters,
can
and
put
we're on
our
foot, baby. We
shredded
can't do
clothes
this.
on some biters, put it near the bomb to show that we didn't get too far away.
Yeah,
you
like,
know.
nah, baby.
I had tweeted about that. I said that part, even though it is romantic as hell,
It was.
loved
it. Was so
it.
romantic.
Loved it. It was just too overwhelming for them, that they just were like, we're behind this Charlie Brown tree, and like we're gonna make out here. Michonne's all soft and buttery after. She's like, come on. In Wyoming, we're trying to get to Virginia. We don't have any supplies.
We got a long way to go home.
Desert, forest right now. Like, look over there. They're all right there. You can see Dawn. She's right there through the.
I do want to
Like,
thank
we
North
can
of
run
60
away.
for the super chat. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated.
which is like you can see them. We can see them over there, Michonne.
Literally, if that thing hadn't blown up, they wouldn't have been able to get away with that kiss, because all that smoke, and they was the only ones over there. If that thing wouldn't have blew up, boy, they came out of that smoke killing them walkers. That was a money
Yeah.
shot. That was a really good shot of
Yes.
an eye. When they came up out that smoke killing them walkers.
Yeah, because they all got weapons, and she got the kill stick, and she's going
Thank
in
you.
with both ends of the kill stick.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thorne really, she already got to see her what she was doing, just picking the walkers off at the
Mhm.
wall. I can't think of what it's called right now. Just picking the walkers
Yeah,
off.
the culling station.
Culling station, yes. Every day at work at the culling station. But she get to see this bitch work in the woods.
Yeah,
and,
but
and remember, they don't tell us what by what amount, but remember, she already says that Michonne had broke the record.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah. Now she sees her loose, and now she's like, oh, okay.
She said, oh no, that's
This
a bad
could be
bitch. I
trouble.
can't have that.
she
And then,
could rock
yeah,
the boat.
When Rick saw her putting Michonne
Rick
in,
said, oh no, I will be getting right in front of that. That is not what we're about to do.
but you
And
see
he played
the
it off
shot.
so cool, like he didn't
Yeah.
even see it. 10 left. What did he call them?
Delts.
No,
That's
I
what
need
they
y'all
call
to
them.
spell it, because I heard it.
LT.
DELT.
Oh, delts.
Yeah,
Okay.
delts.
I
Yeah,
don't know why they use that word, but
yeah. But
So what does
yeah.
she call
But I
biters?
love
Is she calling them dolls?
Dealt.
Delts.
Delts.
like Delta
They-
Airline.
Like planes that the doors fly off of. Okay.
Mhm.
And all
But
the
yeah,
lights
when-
went out.
But
So
I
they're
love when
Delts.
I love the
It
Okay.
just seems like a weird. They're
Yeah.
really reaching.
Yeah, like I
Remember
heard
they
him
call
say it, but I didn't
Walker herds-
understand.
yeah, they call
said.
Walker herds, they call them columns. So they call everything different. But again, that goes to like when Rick says to Michonne in episode 2,
Don't
like you
call
have to
them
call them
walkers.
you have to call them something different.
Yeah.
because everybody, and we've met all the people throughout the years, and just about everybody calls them something different. So
Yeah,
it
just
makes
I
Del
call
sense.
them
seems
walkers,
Everybody
you can't
calls
call
them
them
But
walkers.
walkers.
Delts is
most
still
of them
weird.
make sense.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Rotters.
really like how Nats people say the whalers, because all they do was holler all fucking day. That's all they do. It's holler all day. Like the big horde of them that like I really like that name. That was a really good name.
Yeah.
So
I like the part also when Rick saves Michonne and he grabs the walker, but he used his metal hand, and you see the bullet ricochet off his fist, and the shock on his face when he's like,
What you talking
"Oh,
about?
like she really was gonna shoot my wife. Like she was
I
really
didn't
trying
see-
to kill my."
I
didn't
didn't
see-
I didn't see
that.
the
I didn't see
ricochet.
that bullet
Yeah.
part.
Wow, that's cool.
When he puts the walker, you see the bullet go through the walker, and it like ricochets off his fist.
Oh, I ain't see that. I
Yeah.
thought she didn't pull the trigger because I was
No.
staring at the screen this whole time like I dared this
Yeah, I
bitch
thought
to
she
shoot
didn't pull the
Michonne.
trigger.
Oh no, she pulled
Okay.
the trigger.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I thought he killed it.
Oh no. The walker, because that's why the walker goes down, because he puts the walker there, the bullet goes through the walker, and it ricochets off his fist.
Oh, I could have
So the look
sworn
of
he
shock
like put
on
his.
his face.
knife through
I'm
the
pretty
walker
sure he
hand.
put his knife through it.
He did put his knife through it.
Through it, but you still see the ricochet off his hand.
I kind of gotta
Okay,
check that.
yeah, I
gotta go
didn't
back
see
and
that
look at
part because I saw him grab the walker because he didn't get directly. He did the walker and then he got like that. So I didn't see the. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and zoom in
Yeah.
or something. But yeah,
I believe I saw the ricochet off his fist, and then you see the look on his face of shock. Like,
also all of
She
their
was-
guns are fucking. They have fucking built-in silencers. They don't even make noise. So
like she was really about to kill my wife.
yeah, she was.
Because
She had that
remember,
look in
we
her
go
eye.
back to the conversation where she had with Rick in episode 1, where she said, "If I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to kill you. Like I'm not
Yeah.
going to miss."
Nah, she didn't shoot him. It was the knife going through his head.
That
Are
was
you
the knife
watching it
going
right
through his
now?
head.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I didn't see
Okay.
the bullet ricochet.
Because I'm like, I just swore it looked like the bullet ricocheted off his hand, and like you see
I'd
the
screen
shock on
share,
his
but it has
face.
my email going right across the
No,
screen.
no.
No, don't, because somebody gonna email you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
I only
no,
want-
then
I
somebody
only
will
want
send
Kyle
something
emailing
to
me.
the AMC and be like, "Hey,
Every single scene with Thorne had me. Look, how y'all say it in New York? Tight, okay? Every scene with her, like I know what to expect with Jadis. Like even her kidnapping Rick, literally nothing that lady has ever done has ever surprised me. Because first of all, she never spoke in complete sentences. She don't even want you to get to know her. First of all, so literally nothing she's ever done has ever
Wait.
surprised me.
Mombi said, "Are
I
you
know what to
spoiling
ex-
something again?
Her, but
Have you spoiled something
because
already?"
I don't know this bitch. I just know she's up and down every day. I don't know what version of her.
yeah, that you're gonna get."
Every scene with her, I am tight.
Yeah. Because there's still some people who are saying like, "Oh, maybe if she really does consider Rick her family, that maybe there's a chance she doesn't know that this is his wife, that she just did all these things to, like, there could be a chance for her to come back and care and try to help them." But I'm like, for me, no.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, other people are thinking that, oh, Michonne froze.
Oh, she.
Okay, she's coming back in. Okay.
Pal, welcome back.
Right? The
Switch
shit
positions.
unstable, and then it just exited out. But yeah, we never know what side of Thorne we gonna get every day.
It'd be
That
hard
was
to
it.
see you as unstable. Right.
See, I'm not. The internet is.
Hey, Michonne, I saw your Attack on Titan reaction.
That
Oh, I want to talk about it after.
first episode stressed me the fuck out.
Oh, I'm on season 2 now.
Oh, stress. First of all, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Don't even get me
Yeah.
started. I did not know what I was
after.
getting myself into.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it, Bryce, was it Pappenbrook, the one of the voice actors, is like, for those who aren't familiar with Attack on Titan, if you're having a rough day, you need something a little light to watch, just throw on an
No.
episode.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Cause baby, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I tell you one thing: after a rough day, I can show watch the ones who live.
But yeah, I'll be putting up his panel from Awesome Con soon. So
I will not tolerate any of the ones who live slander. Zero.
None.
I love, let me tell you something. Walking Dead is my favorite shit. I will always admit if they piss me off or do something wrong. And you know what I always say, like, I don't know if I could really say this because it's not making up for it, because you can't turn back the hands of time. But like, as far as like healing my attitude that I have against Gimple for killing Carl, this is the ones who live is kind of healing me. Him working with Andy in the night is kind of getting it's like kind of chipping away.
So in other
And
words,
my
when you
attitude-
see him, you won't kill him on sight. You might just
Like-
kneecap him.
I'd be so
You'll
mad.
kneecap him, but you'll
I'd
let
be
him
so
live.
mad. I'm like, okay, Gimple, okay, you did that. You knew what needed to be done.
So
Y'all three.
I would like to talk about the last scene and then finish
Yeah.
up because we've been at this for quite some time.
Mhm.
So what do you think possessed? I mean, I hope they're going over water when
Yeah,
you know they took a little dive from the helicopter or something, because you know.
They have tracking devices. I would hope that they have something as simple as a fucking parachute.
Well,
Y'all
I
have all
doubt.
the technology
Well, you
in
see-
the world.
I don't think she was
You
wearing a
see,
parachute.
like,
I don't remember seeing no water. I just
no, you see
the
like
way
a little place,
there-
but it is dark.
on the way
Dark,
there,
but you
we know we
see-
went over some water. But like Jada said, no more day and a half trips between here and Philly. That's a lot of land
Right.
to cover.
Well,
Yeah.
I imagine that Michonne was looking and she saw the water, and it's like, this is
Yeah.
our chance.
Because she
'Cause-
was
Because it's
looking out
kind
the
of
window.
blurry. You see like the little clip when she looks out the window and then there's a flash of like you
Mhm.
see the red beacon, which I assume is in the water. And so then
Mhm.
she realized like, oh, they're over water, like this is my chance.
Now she
That was when
has
Rick
a
realized
beacon
how
on
fucked
her
up he had
that
her.
she can activate to get picked up, but
And she's not gonna press that.
she's
No.
not going to
Yeah,
press
PRV.
that. I don't think they have tracking devices that are just constantly tracking them.
No.
Yeah, because you have to
No.
be within 200 meters
Yeah,
for
She
the
said
PRV
200
to
miles.
work.
300 miles, I thought.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot of land.
She says 200 meters, so I don't know
No,
what the hell.
miles. Meters.
No, I thought it was
is-
300
it's
miles.
miles. Meters is insane. Meters wouldn't do much
Yeah,
at all.
meters
No, they
would
said
be
any
much.
helicopter within 300 miles will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be able to.
Yeah.
Okay, she
Yeah.
says miles. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's why I
And-
was like, wait, what did she
And
say?
I guarantee
Meters,
you,
they would never be found.
That's why I was like, what the hell? I don't know what that
Yeah.
difference. I'm American. I don't know
Right.
how to switch
and I
over to
guarantee
that.
you, when Thorne said that to Michonne, that if you push this, any CRM helicopter within 300 miles could find you. I guess that's when she probably instantly put two and two together. That's how the fuck they got us when we took that helicopter down. He pushed the damn button.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Well,
see,
yeah,
Rick,
'cause
he could, yeah.
He didn't know it was Michonne. I mean,
Yeah.
I know, that's what
he
I'm
would've
saying,
never
but
clicked
I'm
the
sure
button,
she
yeah.
put two and two together, like that's how they found us.
Yeah.
And he also was, you know, calling for backup and like reporting.
Yeah,
their
when they
position
first
on
got
the
hit,
radio.
he was already on the thing.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
But
next
yeah,
episode's
when he-
gonna be great.
yeah. When he came over to Michonne and said that, I was like,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
The
matter.
fact that you thought that was going to work. Like, I know you want to take all the weight, all the burden. You don't want her to have none of
Yeah.
it. Like you said, she don't belong here. She need to go
Yeah.
home. Baby,
like,
you got her so
if I
fucked
have
up.
to hurt her feelings to get her to go, then I'll just have to hurt her feelings. But yeah, that was one moment with Rick where I was like, "Oh, I'm about to knock his head between the washer and the dryer." Like, he's
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Heavy on the washer and dryer. Oh my God.
Woo!
Heavy on the washer and the dryer. Oh, my face hurt.
Turn
That's
both
funny.
on and then knock your head in between the soda. Like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, you know, we got to talk about the hurt. Michonne, like, she knows that he's trying to just get her to go and go back home, go back to Judith. But for him to say that, for you to get to that level where you say that, and again, we said he hasn't explained anything to her, and like,
Not a damn thing.
she knows the little glimpses that she knows about the CRM. She realizes, obviously, when she went up on the rooftop, like, this is large.
You see, literally, she been figuring shit out on her
Yeah.
own.
She's
The
been
first
piecing
day
everything
she got
out.
there, she on top of the shit looking. One thing about Michonne, she gonna peep sing.
So, you know, you got all of that where she's like piecing everything together because he's not telling her anything. But still, for you to say that in that moment, after we was just making out behind the tree. We was just making out behind the trees.
So Thomas says that since they jumped out, they're probably landing in a Fear the Walking Dead raft with Strand. That's how they're gonna land. Jennifer Lynn says, "I saw a lot of bush." Stop bragging. Or if you're
I don't
talking
even know
about
what
the
y'all
land,
talking about. Y'all done just lost me.
It was like, you don't see no bush. You see daggone the rain, you see the helicopter, and then you see the beacon and like the water. I don't know. Y'all be watching y'all TVs. Y'all got, I don't know. But yeah,
Ethan
it
says
can only be
whoever
the
was
water.
flying is probably like, "What the fuck happened? Where'd they go?" You know.
Right.
Oh,
Not
that's
thinking
what.
that
Oh,
most
I
sane
love
people
it.
would
I
jump.
love Andy's. I love Andy's acting in that scene because obviously they're flying in the storm, there's turbulence, but he's bouncing all over that damn helicopter, and Michonne's just sitting there like mostly stiff, barely moving, and he's just like
All over the
He
place.
looks scared.
he's all over the place. He's like, she's going to knock me out. Like she's about to do something. And what am I going to be able to do to combat this? Because if she knocks me out in this moment, by the time I wake up, what's going to have happened to her? What, like, how am I going to talk? How am I going to talk them down that Dana's okay to still keep after she's done this? Like, he's like in a full-on panic because he knows after Alexandria that she can knock me out. And then what am I going to do? How am I going to get
When
out
she
of this?
decides to do something, she does it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But
and I love too the scene that so she takes the seatbelts off so quick, she throws the door open. He still hasn't even looked. His head is still to the left in that scene. His head is still to the left when she grabs him and yokes him out. So she did it so quick. He didn't even realize that that's what was happening. And that yell,
Coral.
and that Rick yell, and he went out the helicopter. I was like, oh, that's perfect. It was perfect. But
There was also probably a situation where they said, "All right, like on the count of three," or "All right, Andy, on the count of three, we're gonna pull you out." So they're like, "One, yank," and he's like not expecting it. So
yeah. So it was so good. It was so good. But her letter to Judith, like.
No, the way I want to say that the way that Rick has been talking to Michonne the entire time he's been with the CRM is the way Michonne has been talking to Judith the entire time she's been there. And I think that is so sad.
Yeah.
just fill in the gaps.
She showed Rick how fucked up he had her. Like, he genuinely couldn't even comprehend. Like, you don't even know how fucked up you got me. We got kids to go home to. Come on, Rick, let's go. I know you don't see it, but I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rick is one of the people you have to make him understand.
Yeah.
Because he just don't want nobody to die. And we get that. But, I mean, Michonne clearly got something up her sleeve. Something.
Yeah, something.
She always has something.
But she just upped the crazy level because she was like, "Oh, you think you're crazy? Oh, you're like, we're not doing this no more. This is back and forth. I'm not doing this with you no more. Like, either we're gonna, like, it just is what it is. We just gonna either have to figure this out. Like, I guess, like she said, like we said, that they haven't had any moments, and she was like, I'm gonna make a moment.
Yeah. I think we've seen every moment that they've had together. I don't think they've had any moments that were not on screen.
Yeah.
Because even slipped her the note in the first place. He said, if I ever manage to slip you a note, read it and destroy it. He read it at the fire before she burnt that hole. So, yeah,
so I don't think I'm going to make a moment. I'm going to throw you right off this helicopter because I don't got time to be your nonsense anymore.
And you see, when they do get a moment, they make it quick. It be seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They make it quick. They don't need nobody looking at them like where them two dip off to. Like, they make it quick. Like, they look kiss in and be right back out there.
Yeah.
Like, they make it quick. So
we were laughing about the letter pass because that letter, he folded it in fourths. Like, sir, you could have folded that smaller than that. Like,
yes, he did not fold it very small, but thankfully ain't nobody see them because he could have been a little more slick. But
Right.
Like pretend like you tipping somebody at a restaurant on the low. You could have folded that into another 3-4 squares down. Like, what is this?
She played it off better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she
she's
got it.
better at the stealth stuff than he is.
He's a
Clearly.
ninja, so I mean,
But I don't think, Joy, I hear what you're saying with the need a moment. Remember, some people don't watch the previews for next week. So
No, I was just saying that, that she just, like we were saying here, that they haven't had any time, and we keep saying that it's because Rick is not telling her everything. Like, yeah, that's just why. It's just like, look,
You've
I'm
been
just tired
gone.
of you and the crazy
Sorry,
and
you've
your
been gone.
nonsense.
You've been gone for 7 years and you haven't told her a goddamn thing. The
Nothing.
most talking that Rick did was when the helicopter was on the way. Do you get anything from Alexandria? Don't show him who you are. Don't call them walkers. Like, he ran down that shit fast. Why you can't get her some other information that fast?
Right.
She know how to take it in. She know how to process. She's smarter than you. Give her the fucking information, sir. So the way he was spitfiring, whatever the word is, to her when they first met, and look how easy it was for him then, because he's just trying to keep her alive. He was in fucking shock. He hadn't seen this lady in 7 years. He not even thinking he finna see her right now. He just crashed in a fucking helicopter thinking somebody finna kill him, and it's Michonne. But he instantly knew to tell her all of this stuff. No, keep that same energy, but
Yeah.
y'all know
well,
Rick be having moments and she be needing to snap him out of it. But it's okay. She gonna get him together. Get him right on together.
She
I
almost
have
killed
faith.
him anyway if he didn't have a metal hand.
Yeah,
All right.
no, that nigga would lost him. Yeah,
He could
definitely
have lost his hand.
Yeah,
right there.
fact. That's
then
why
she'd
she
be like,
get
"Shit, my
mad.
bad."
And that's why she kicked him in his face after that happened. Literally, because it was sliced, but he blocked with the arm, and then that's when she kicked the nigga on the ground. Then she took his helmet off like she did everybody else. She was like, look at me. I said, that was so good. She made sure she looked everybody in the eye, up close and personal. Okay? Look at me. It was glorious.
To
Loved
hear
it
it.
so, like, this is my favorite shit ever.
I love
Nice.
the horror element in the episode too, with the walker exploding the turnstiles. I was like, yes.
That was crunchy, squishy.
I was like,
I like seeing a good old school walker, like the ones that was down in the tunnel, like, because obviously walkers don't be in pain. So they've been pushing themselves against that shit down there for however long trying to get out. And then their bodies just finally push through it. That was some classic.
Yeah. That's why I said I love that. I was like, yes, I love that it just exploded
kept
in
walking.
between the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. That
All
felt
right.
like classic. Like, y'all really don't be in pain. Or like ones where like their face will be stuck against something and they'll literally just push their whole fucking head through it. Like they literally don't care.
They become part cat. Anyway, it's been just about 2 hours. We got to go around with final thoughts and shameless self-promotion. So, Busy, you got here last. Final thoughts on this episode and shameless self-promotion.
I think this episode was great, and I hope next episode is 10 times better. On top
But
of
you
that,
already know, you bastard.
shut up. And then with my shameless self promotion, you guys can watch my reactions. We got the first 3 reactions already out. We try to drop them as fast as we can, so be ready for episode 4. And I have a group of people that I react to with, so a lot of different opinions in one video, so should be fun.
Interesting. Michond?
This is my favorite shit ever. Like I've been telling y'all before it came out, prepare to be sick of me, prepare to be sick of me, prepare to be sick of me, prepare to be sick of me. I can go for another 3 hours. Let's go to talking to me. Let me tell you something. The podcast, when I finally sit down after all these 6 episodes, the praise I'm finna give this show. Oh my God. I'm literally gonna go down the list of every fucking question that they've answered over the years that I've had. And they just answered it like it was nothing. I'm like, why is it every show in the universe like this? But yeah, I love it here. I have no complaints. And I love to tell people what they do wrong. So if I ain't got no complaints, that's saying something. Because I love the shit. Anything else in the universe that get on my nerve. But yeah.
All right. Joy.
It's just been like amazing, and we're halfway through, and I just know when it ends, it's still going to be amazing. It's going to be something that you just still watch for years, just like the rest of The Walking Dead, that it's just going to stick with you. And the same thing, I feel the same way, Michonne. Like, I don't know if TV is ever going to be better than, like, I don't know if TV
They
is ever gonna be
single-handedly
better. Like, I don't know if it is possible. So that's why I'm hoping we get a season 2 and we get a movie, you know. But shameless self-promotion, Joyful First on Twitter, and that's my name for my fan fictions, and my blog with a group of ladies, noirnerdy.com. We're gonna have our spoiler-free review for episode 4 up tomorrow, so check that out.
Karina, take it away.
I absolutely love that the fandom has been re-energized, and that is only because of the power of Rick and Michonne. So they're the only ones who can do it. Nobody else has done it. So
The power of Rick and Michonne compels you.
Right.
And
I've seen reactors come back that have not watched the show in years in any form or fashion. So it is only because of their power. We're halfway through. It's been an incredible ride. I'm going to enjoy the next 3, and I'm really going to be sad when it's over. Hopefully it's just a pause and not an end. So 2D Taurus on Twitter. Good night.
I'm going to be crying so bad the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I am the governor. I thought this episode was okay. It was good. It was good. I don't want to get Michonne coming after me. She'll like fly out here and kick my ass.
What's good about it? Tell me.
She will hunt me down. So
I'm the Walking Dead.
Yeah, looking forward to next week, and yeah, some shameless self-promotion. Just got back from AwesomeCon. We just put up on this channel Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson's panel. A nice panel of Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville, the Josie and the Pussycats reunion panel, and lots more coming. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah. And we hope to see you all next week. Thanks everyone for showing up, and thanks for this crew for showing up. I mean, some people have very valid excuses, sickness, tiredness, Just because when I'm, halfway off my deathbed, still show up, other people can find. No, I don't expect them to meet those standards. It's fine. I was sick as a dog last week, and, still recovering now, but I'm here. But, some people... Well, of course, I run the fucking thing, so it's kind of necessary for me to be here. Anyways, we will see everyone next week for the next episode of The Ones Who Live. Governor and this amazing
Wait, don't end it
crew.
yet. Wait. Wait. 2 seconds. Wait. Obviously, Denied co-wrote on the entire show, but episode 4 is her big one. So stay tuned. I ain't yet, but episode 4, she said it. That's her big one. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Right, which is why some people here know what happens and get your smirk off your faces.
I don't. I'm excited.
But yeah, looking forward to next week, even more so now. Governor and this amazing crew. Busy already ran out because he didn't want to be yelled at. There he is. Governor and this amazing crew. We are out. Everybody, look awkward because it'll be fun.
Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream. swimming towards a vicious dream.